be able to stay home, brother.
And don't act like you don't know what I mean, because every time is our time.
Their mayor is Muslim. Their bagels are Jewish. Their Christians Dior. But it will not be Knicks and 4. This is the Nefarious Media Network's live watch-along special presentation of Game 4 of the NBA Finals between the San Antonio Spurs and the New York Knicks. This is your boy, Two-Way Ray. Hey. What's going on, guys? Still get excited, still get pumped up. I know it ain't going to be as sweet, but it's still excitement filling the air. And most importantly, Trump ain't here. All right. And that's the most important part of it. How you doing, good basketball friends out there today? I hope you guys are doing well. Like I said, I'm Two-Way Ray. I'm usually in charge of the special presentations, the live watches, the watch parties, if you will. So hopefully I will be joined by special guests, including all of your favorite faces here at Nefarious Media Network. But if you're new to the channel, if you're watching on Twitch, go ahead. If you like what you are seeing, either now or a little bit later on, go ahead, follow us on all our social media platforms, whether it be IG, Twitch, Facebook, Bluetooth, Blue Sky, and Twitter X. So just type in Nefarious Media. You should be able to find us anywhere that you have your social media. I'm about to say your social media calling, your social media, not addiction, but your social media entertainment and interaction. So, and if you like us so much and you're willing just to put in a little bit into the collection plate, $3 gets you into the door at our Patreon site, patreon.com/Nefarious Media Network. Over 300 hours of pure audio entertainment and education, whether it be through politics, sports, combat sports, pro wrestling, life, kung fu movies, music, pop culture, comic books. If you have a pop culture or you have a fix of some sort, we got a podcast for it. So go ahead, tune into us on all of those platforms, and especially Patreon, because we are continuing to be on the drive for 500 subscribers on YouTube, 500 patrons on patreon.com. The patrons and the patronage helps us behind the scenes to get equipment and also get more people invested here on the network. The 500 YouTube subscribers get us halfway to membership and halfway to monetization. So please, if you can and if you're willing, you could join us for free on all of those social media platforms. And if your heart does send you that way, you could join us on Patreon as well. So, yes, indeed. Let me go ahead and get everything set up. Go ahead, let me know, guys. First off, how y'all feeling? And second off, who you got? Who you got? San Antonio was able to pull out another close one with a 4-point win on Monday, spoiling the NBA Finals, the long-awaited NBA Finals return to Madison Square Garden. So they're still in this. They're still in this. It ain't over till it's over. I believe only 6 teams have come back from a 2-0 deficit, but none of those teams lost their first 2 games at home. They were all on the road. So we'll see if San Antonio can make some history. We'll see. And it all starts, well, it started on Monday, but it continues tonight. Stephen Castle, that brother came up big in game 3. Of course, Wemby doing Wemby things, 32 points, only 8 rebounds, 9 assists. The brother was balling, bro. Balling. All right. So we'll see what happens, man. Well, I think it was 4 assists. Not 9 assists, or 4 assists. Yeah, and I'm glad Mike Breen just mentioned it. The road team has won all 3 games thus far. Kind of similar to the finals from last year, I believe. Either the finals or the Eastern Conference Finals, where only the road team had won. So up until the eventual game 7, I believe. So, all right. Let me know. Matter of fact, I'm going to put it in the chat. Who you got, Knicks or Spurs? So let me go ahead. Sound off. All right, close. Here we go.
Already got 7.
Okay. All right, so while we're watching, I'm hoping to get the running scoreboard up. Lord knows I can't show none of the game on here. Don't ask, bots. Don't ask. San Antonio Spurs. And Lord knows this is a school night, brothers and sisters and good people. Lord knows I'm gonna start yawning at about 9:45, but hang with me. Hang with me. Help me get through it. I usually get up pretty early in the morning anyways for the shoot job, as Brother Nate puts it. So hang with me. All right. Poll has started. Let me know, good people. Let me know. All right, let me see. Make sure I mute that one. All right, that one's muted. All right. All right. Let me see. I'm surprised. Why don't they do? Oh Lord, is he back? Did they invite that Bama back? Oh Lord. All right. I'm trying to find where. If not, I can always just pull up the website and it'll have the live, either ESPN.com or NBA.com, and it'll have the live scoreboard. So I most likely will do that. But they used to have it. They used to have it on doggone YouTube. Why don't y'all do that no more, NBA? I might have been one of 5 people that was tuning into those live scoreboards, but come on now. I was using it. I gotta go back to pulling up the website. That's some baloney Tony, ain't it? All right. So yeah, I ain't got no dog in the fight, y'all. I ain't got no dog in the fight. I would love to see the Knicks win, because if the Knicks win, then there might be some hope for my Wizards down the line. um, and who would have thunk, man? Who would have thunk the Knicks would do the reverse Mark Jackson to Steve Kerr? They got rid of the white dude and brought in the black dude, and they in the finals. Look at that. Look at that. Who would have thunk? And shout out goes to Mike Brown too. Mike Brown, man, I had so much smoke for Mike Brown when he was coaching for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I was just like, this man ain't nothing but LeBron's jockey. But if you don't go somewhere, you the assistant coach. LeBron, the real coach. LeBron having people for dinners. That was before LeBron left for Miami. Like LeBron having a team for team only meetings at his house and stuff. What you doing, Mike Brown? You just a hanger on. And then he got hired at LA. I'm like, why you hiring him? He ain't no head coach. But I think the redemption arc with Mike Brown started when he was an assistant with Golden State. And then he got another opportunity to be a head coach at Sacramento. And he really showed that he could be a top tier head coach. And now he's at New York with the Knicks. And he's helped them get to that. He's helped them get past that hump. You know, last year they came up just short. They got to the Eastern Conference Finals. Brunson got hurt, but then, you know, Brunson turned it on during this season. Cat got hot as well. OG Anunoby has been a key player in these playoffs and especially in these finals. So, yeah, man, I would love to see them win, but I would also love to see the Spurs win. When you go from like one of the worst teams to where you need the number 1 draft pick, and then you get arguably the greatest the greatest number 1 draft. Well, I wouldn't say greatest number 1 draft pick, but I would say the draft pick with the most upside in NBA history, I would think. Because Wembanyama has had so much on his shoulders already, and so far he has he has delivered. He has delivered. He's the rookie of the year, and then he's leading this squad in his second year to an NBA Finals. This guy is just out of this world. Out of this world. Big Vic, along with another second year player who's grown in his role as well with Stephon Castle. And then you got Dylan Harper, who's a rookie, who's now making big plays and showing that he can play above his years and above his experience. So, man, just two great teams duking it out. It's been close every single moment. I think game 3 was the only game that was decided by more than one possession. I think like game 2, Spurs lost by 1. Then game 1, Spurs lost by either 1 or 2. So it's been close. It hasn't been as though New York was routing them at home. It's just they were able to take advantage of, because we all know that Big Vic, even though he is playing out of this world, like this is the first time he's been in this situation with the spotlight on him as bright as it has been in the NBA Finals. So, and not to mention that it came out of a grueling series with the Western Conference Finals, with them going back and forth with Oklahoma City. So, um, we'll see how things start to turn. If this game 3 is the pivotal game 3, what we call game 4. Game 3 was pivotal. Game 4 was, let's see, game 4. I'm trying to think of the adjective to use for game 4. Yeah, pivotal for game 3. What would game 4 be? Game 4. Give me some hints in the chat, y'all. Give me some hints in the chat. Because I know we got pivotal. We got. I'm trying to think of it. Yeah, I know it's a mall. We got on the brink games. We got deciding games. We got man, I'm trying to think. What would this game 4 be? Let me know. Let me know in the chat if y'all come up with something. Hopefully y'all can hear me too. All right, my microphone on. All right. My microphone is on. All right. Yeah. And I wish I could. It's this doggone ticker on ESPN.com. I wish I could just shove that up. You don't see that. All right. All right, they're about to come out with the lineups and the national anthem. We'll see if we see that banner on the big screen again, and if they boo them unmercifully like they did yesterday or Monday.
Welcome the Fire Department of New York. And now, here to perform the Star-Spangled Banner, please welcome Grammy-nominated singer-songwriter and actor known for his work on Broadway.
They brought him back. It was like, we'll give you a second chance, though. Oh, game one, they won by 10 points. So that was all right. All right. I was mistaken. All right. So the Knicks won game one by 10 points, but then they won game two by 1 point, and the Spurs won game three by 4 points. I can't believe they showed that Bama though. Hmm. That man just ran right past the.
Once again, being up to Michael Shepsky. And now the starting lineup for the visiting San Antonio Spurs. At home, 7 from St. John's, number 30, Julian Champagny. At forward, at 6'5" from
Champagne. All right.
7'4" from France, number 1, Victor Wembanyama.
Even Big Vic getting less booze than Donald Trump. Here we go. Oh, DMX. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I think Mike Brink mentioned it prior to the lineups and prior to the prior to I think the Star Spangled Banner or the national anthem. He was saying how the crowd that they're with it, but they not as hot as they were on Monday. So we'll see if the crowd can get into this and become a factor for the Knicks. They're showing all the bench. We don't even know who them dudes is. Ooh, the Knicks. No, stop. He walked down. They ain't even called his name yet. Yeah, yeah. OG, like you're like OG cat. Like why you had to go off for? Oh well, Josh Hart went early too. Oh, Kyle Bridges. All right. Only got the Knicks. We got the Knicks dancers all on their own pose. Well, go ahead, girls. All right. Yeah. Oh, Mo Cheeks. Taylor Swift, yeah, bit. Are we trying to find yourself a baller now? That doggone Taylor Swift looking for a baller. I didn't see what's his name out there. Oh, Chalamet down there. Kelsey, that's your boy name. Kelsey, I ain't see Kelsey next to Taylor Swift. Don't be trying to come out here, Taylor Swift. Don't be jumping on the bandwagon. You are from Pennsylvania and Tennessee, girl. You need to stick with them. All right. We finna tip off. Here we go. I was like, how do you win a tip against Wimby? You got to jump higher than you've ever jumped in your life. All right. Oh, fouled already. Oh, see, get Cat. I think that's the biggest thing for Spurs. Get Cat and get Brunson in foul trouble. Go at them defensively. Cat, he was doing great in the first two games defensively, but it's like he couldn't sustain it into game three. We'll see if he can bring it back. But got to move those feet, man. He's getting taken advantage of. All right. I'm on the Ukrainian feed, so my apologies. All right. Big three. Nice three by Castle. Oh, Embiid got a foul now. Knicks gotta get Jalen moving, and they gotta get Hart and OG scoring. On his shoulder, nah, he ain't even touched the ball. That's a foul. Oh, he did touch the ball, but he was all hanging over his shoulder and his head. Yeah, that's a foul. That is a foul, Wimby. Come on, B. Come on, Wimby. All right. It's crazy to see Shaq. He used to be the coolest man. He used to be the coolest man alive. He's and now he's in doggone prescription commercials. He in icy hot commercials. He's still He's still got it. He's still getting jobs. As long as you still getting jobs.
Tell your doctor if you get a lump or swelling in your neck. Step down and call your doctor if you have
And you know he all about that Papa John's too, with the shakaroni, like once a year.
Schedule procedures with anesthesia if you're nursing, pregnant, plan to be, or taking birth control. Taking Zepbound with a sulfonylurea or NSAID may cause low blood sugar. Side effects include nausea, which can cause dehydration and worsen kidney problems.
Ask your doctor about Zepbound, a game-changing OSA treatment.
On June 19th, big you really let things go.
Still 5-2 first quarter. Oh. Yeah, that is Regina Hall. Go ahead, Regina Hall. Get yourself these commercials. All right. Let's see. Oh. Looking at the poll, how many people voted? All right, one person voted. All right, one person voted. Come on, get these votes in, y'all. Who y'all got? We got the Spurs in the lead right now, as far as the poll is concerned. What? Wow. Offensive foul? That is a baloney, Tony. All right. Well, we are joined by our first guest of the night. He has been on the program and been on the network before. If you don't know, he's one of the co-founders and the co-host of Movers and Shakers Unlimited. Please welcome Brother Brandon Troy. What's going on, brother?
What's going on? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know you said you had the shoot job as well. So well, we appreciate your attendance. All right. So San Antonio up 7-2. Who'd you get? Because I know you were kind of, I think at the beginning of the series you were kind of going towards San Antonio, and the way it's been
I
working.
was. I don't know. I feel like there is a momentum shift that has happened in Game 3. I don't know if it's going to be enough to potentially provide a series tie in this next game. We'll see what happens. I know initially when I was like looking at the series from the outside in, I felt like with the front court that the Knicks had, that it was going to be a relative toss-up in terms of who would win the matchups there. But considering the size of the guards that you have on the Spurs, I thought that was going to initially be a problem. But that game 1 and game 2 surprised me in terms of what I was anticipating. Game 3 was more along the lines of what I've felt the series would be. But
Oh,
for anyone who's played any sport, you put enough confidence, in someone. Doesn't matter what the circumstances are. Sometimes just giving a team enough confidence is enough for them to win the day. And so, like, I don't know if I'm, going to have the same stance with the series overall based on what the Spurs allowed in the first two games of the series.
right, right. Are you a believer in the Trump curse, my friend?
Potentially, potentially. I mean, it's not necessarily a crack. I feel like, people kind of underestimate everything that comes with having any, government officials presence at a city game. So,
Mhm.
um, especially, being the president. So, regardless of how you feel, just in general having a president at a game comes with a lot. So, uh, I feel like that definitely played. Whether people wanna attribute that to how Game Three played out, um, did affect how what we saw in the game. It played a factor.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. I think it's unwritten or unsaid.
The vibe, the
Yeah,
energy, like all of it. So
yeah, but we'll see if it becomes a factor now. That Knicks
and
are
I was
now.
gonna say, and the baggage of what it affects in terms of like logistics, how it has an impact on how people are, getting into the game, what they have to deal with to get into the game, if they are
Yeah,
going to the game, like a whole bunch of things that you otherwise wouldn't have to deal with if you didn't have an elected official coming to the game.
yeah, and I think people were mentioning that on the line as well, with the players having to go through additional security. I think they were showing footage of Wimby getting patted down. But if you don't let Wimby in, if anybody looks like a basketball player that's not going to mess with anybody, is Wimby. Just let that man in. But yeah, like you said, it was a hassle. They had to shut down city blocks. They had to shut down pedestrian traffic in and around the Madison Square Garden and Times Square area. So yeah, big hassle, and yeah, the fans were letting Trump hear it wherever he went. So
For
we'll see.
sure.
We'll see if the Knicks can get over the Trump hump, if you will. But
Well,
they
from
already
what I
got.
understand, I don't believe and I could be wrong about this. Maybe something has been updated in that regard, but I mean, from what I understand, he's not coming to Game 4. So
That's what I am under the impression of. They didn't show him, and maybe for good reason, even if he is there, but they didn't show him on the screen this time, which I think that was a bold move trying to show him during the national anthem. You think people are just that patriotic? No, no. But Knicks are down 12-2, man. 12-2. How do you feel? Because I was just talking about it before. How do you feel of the ascension of Mike Brown? He's kind of now like the reverse Steve Kerr. When it was like, oh, Thibodeau, we got to get rid of you, brother. You are not going to be leading us to the promised land, and enter in Mike Brown, and at least they are in the finals. They haven't gotten the job done yet, but
I
how
was going to
do you
say, I mean, I feel like this happens too much in the NBA that people kind of get christened too early. Um,
Ooh,
people are christening, SGA, and I mean, don't get me wrong, he was having an incredible season, and I, of all people, thought that he would be right there in the finals, and it wasn't meant to be. People are doing the same with Wemby too. They already, christening him just because they got past the Thunder. I'm like, can they get the title? Can they finish?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I was kind of going over it before you came in, just like Wemby could be considered the number one pick with the highest upside. Oh, did I lose you, brother? Hopefully we'll get Brandon back soon. Some things going on with him. But as you guys heard, I was considering Wemby being up in the with the highest upside of any number one draft pick in history. But like Brandon said, that's why we play the games. You got to play the games. And it's not too late for SGA, and it's not too late for OKC to prove that one SGA could be the next budding superstar. It's not too late for those brothers. So, all right. Well, we have another guest joining us. Hopefully, Brandon will be able to come back and join us in the short term. But meanwhile, we got my budding brother in combat sports, the main event, Jay Lacey. What's going on, brother?
What's happening, my man? What have I missed so far? I was scrambling, trying to get home, get situated and everything. And the only thing I caught up is I guess Wemby had a foul that wasn't a foul or something like that. So I don't know
Well, yeah, Wemby. So Carl Anthony Towns was driving. Wemby had his hand like underneath the arm, and Carl Anthony was kind of going towards the basket, dribbling, and then as he was looking for a dunk, Wemby kind of blocked it, but from what I saw, also had contact with Cat's head, and it was initially called a foul on Wemby, but then they reversed the call.
Okay. Cool. All right, so I haven't missed much.
Ooh. Yeah, not much. It's still in the first quarter. Knicks were down by as much as 10 points, but now they've cut the lead to, well, at least on my screen, 5, but Josh Hart is at the line. And let me pull this.
Looks like I'm a little ahead of you then. Okay. Yeah, I
As
decided
per
to
usual.
invest in some rabbit ears. So I got
really?
the leaf antenna.
no.
I got the leaf antenna hooked up because the stream is was a little bit behind. So okay, I got the broadcast thing working for me right now.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm watching on ESPN through Disney Plus. So
Got you. So you said you had Brandon on, right?
Yeah, he was on. He's at work as well, so I don't know if his audio cut out and he couldn't join me, or if he had to go incognito.
Okay.
With the boss around. So, but hopefully he'll be popping in shortly.
Okay.
All right.
Right on.
So, Brother Jay, have you been keeping up with at least the first 3 games?
Yeah. So it's been close. I mean, I think out of all 3 games, it's only been like a separation of a total of 7 points. And right now, I don't pray for the downfall of anybody or many people, I should say. But seeing New York just crash out the last couple of days has been very, very entertaining to me. Matter of fact, my dad's from New York. I got family out in New York. And just hearing him and a little bit of panic in his voice, just I found it very entertaining. I was chuckling. So
Well, might be getting on. One of my coworkers, he might be coming on today. He's also a New Yorker. He's been trying to temper. Yeah, he's been trying to temper his excitement, but I haven't gotten a chance to talk to him since Monday. So
Okay.
We'll see if he's in full panic mode or if he's taking it easy. If he shows up today. Oh. All right. So Brandon earlier was talking about thinking that the guards for San Antonio would do a little bit more than what they have been doing. What about you? What do you think? Like, what were your expectations for? We all know Wemby. We all know that he was gonna be a big impact, regardless of whether they were at home or away. But what were your
Mhm.
expectations of um, the supporting players on the Spurs, and in contrast, the supporting players on the Knicks?
I think the Spurs have the deeper squad in terms of role players and what they're able to do. They're young, they're athletic. The rookies, Dylan Harper has exceeded expectation, in my
Yes.
opinion. The Bryant kid, again, a role player he's different. He's
Mm,
different. I really like his play. He does everything, or he does the little things that don't get picked up in the scorebook. You know what I mean? The
mhm.
hustle plays that he makes, he's awesome to watch. We already know about Wemby. We know about De'Aaron Fox. Castle is another guy who's been spectacular throughout the entire playoff run.
Yeah.
And like I said, the Spurs, I think, are the deeper team. But I think what they're getting exposed right now is their age. You know,
Yeah.
they got a lot of youth on their squad, so I think they're playing with house money. Honestly, if they win the championship this year,
Oh,
it's to me they accelerated their growth. And we're watching a perennial playoff team for years to come with the Spurs squad. New York, OG Anunoby is the X factor. I mean,
yeah.
he's somebody that the Spurs clearly have a problem with. They can't contest with him. He's too athletic. He's too strong. His shots hitting. And if you would get a consistent Josh Hart as well too, that guy right there is another one who's got intangibles that the Knicks have definitely benefited from, in terms of Jalen Brunson. He's gonna score his 20 to 25. Cat
Mhm.
is he's going to equalize Wemby in terms of point production, rebounds, and whatnot. But if you get a Mikal Bridges that's going to knock down shots, you get somebody like a Jose Alvarado to give Brunson the rest that he needs to continue the production on the floor. Those are the key players right there. But again, I'm not rooting for or against either team. But if I was to pick, I guess I am rooting for the Spurs. I'll say that. I think I'm going to root for the Spurs, just because, again, I like seeing the grenade thrown and watching the car crash and watching New York crash out.
Well, speaking of, I know you mentioned it in our group chat. So, are you a big believer in the trunk curse?
I am now. I really thought the Danhausen thing was like crazy coincidental, and then it
Yeah.
spilled over into the following series, and then into this series. I'm like, oh my gosh! And then you got Donald J. Trump, who basically said, forget your watch parties. I'm gonna come to this. I'm gonna come to MSG. I'm gonna sleep during the game. So you had a demon dealing with the devil. So I mean, curse versus curse, Trump wins.
But to be fair, brother Jay, when it gets around 9:45, 10 o'clock, I'll be snoozing too. Like, y'all might catch me on here just dozing on.
But he gotta have somebody in his camp just to like, hey, nudge him, like a church nudge or something. He gotta have somebody in his inner circle, his grandbaby, somebody somebody. I mean, they right there with him in the suite. So I blame his circle. That's his fault. I mean, that's just, I don't know. You gotta have better friends.
That's why I thought the brother sitting next to him was going to do it, but then turned out he was falling asleep. Like, we can't both be asleep. Like, you got to be on the watch.
Somebody, yes. Who watching the watching? I totally agree with you, man. So, sheesh. You gotta have a better circle. You guys have a tighter circle, you know. So, but hey, indeed. It is what it is. Whatever. But I heard that he's not in attendance today. So
that's what that's what I'm presuming as well. Hopefully the Knicks can get it together, and hopefully the fans can get into it. I think they were booing Trump worse than they were booing any of the Spurs.
Now that's saying a lot. That is saying a lot.
And then did you see? I think it was during halftime with Adam Silver on with the Inside the NBA crew talking about how we should put aside our differences and bump all that.
No, you know what you're getting into when you have a divisive person like that enter the chat. You should have known exactly what was going to happen, and if you didn't, then you don't know how to read the room either.
Right. Yep, I agree. All right, let's see. All right, 30-17. We're still in the first quarter.
Yeah, I got 30-17 on my side too. And it's like we're talking about the spirit of Trump still in the building with this score.
Yeah. I will say, I think, wasn't it? It was game 3. Even though they didn't get the win, like they were down in the first quarter, and then they stormed back. I believe it was a 20-2 run for New York. So who knows if they have that in them tonight?
I thought historically they do. They're known for going, stretches, getting these 10-0 stretches, 8-2 stretches or whatever, just scoring in bunches. So it's not uncommon for that to happen. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were to do something like that again tonight. So
they are yelling, man. 4 seconds. Ooh. Man.
Wemby is a problem.
Yeah.
He is a walking cheat code. That dude is a problem. Golly.
Now, do you think because I know there's some people out there that say he still needs to fill out his frame. Do you think he's good the way he is now, and he just needs to maybe build up a little bit, or do you think he needs like a dramatic increase in muscle in order to?
I don't think he needs too much more in his frame. I mean, he's strong, clearly. It's just it looks like he's weaker than he is because he's stretched out. You're talking about a dude that's 7'5". However, he does weigh only 225 pounds. So I mean, putting maybe 10 to 15 pounds of muscle, functional muscle to move people around and impose your will wouldn't hurt him at all. But I don't think he needs to get all 260 and jacked to the gills or anything like that. I think because he's so slender and slim, that's what makes him as special as he is because he's able to move like a guard, and if you put too much weight on his frame, I think that's going to work against him. So just a few more pounds, a few more push-ups, protein shakes, get that functional, muscle mass on his frame. And again, he's still young. He's only 22. So as he gets older, he's going to put on some more weight. So just be smart about it. I mean, remember when Giannis first came into the league? He was real thin. And look at him now. This dude is body transformation just ridiculous. Same thing with Dwight Howard when he first came into the league. Another specimen that was like super thin, and then he goes into the weight room and just gets swole. So give him a little bit of time. I think he'll fill out fine, and he'll be fine.
Yeah, I think you make great points with those two examples as well. And this was brought out by a friend of the program, Brother Bomani Jones. He mentioned that there's a difference between big man and tall man. And I think Vic has been, with the versatility that you mentioned, he has been content with staying out on the key, but he hasn't been really going deep into the paint as much. And especially like getting controlled. He's getting guarded now by OG Anunoby, who is stocky for someone being 6'7". So So it's kind of like you do want to have that versatility and have that agility, but at the same token, you getting pushed around down there. And like, what else can you do? Like you say, I think he can grow into his frame, and he's got the time to do it too. So.
Yep, and like I said, they're I don't even no true basketball fan thought that the Spurs would be in this position right now. We knew they would be in the playoffs. We knew they would be a problem, but to be in the finals, no one or very few people called for them to come out of the West as a clear, distinct winner. I think I heard maybe one talking head say, "Okay, Spurs are coming out of this." That's it. Everyone else is like, "Okay, they're young, and they've got the potential to develop," but like I said, they're playing with house money at this point, man. So just watching them, I'm excited to see like the growth and development of this whole Spurs program, because sheesh, if we're gonna go into what they were in the Ginobili years with Parker, Duncan, Ginobili, Bruce Bowen, not Bruce Bowen, was it Bruce Bowen? Bowen, yeah, Bruce Bowen, yeah. Those teams, I mean, you could just pencil them in and playoff problems. So
yeah, but at the same token, though, I do want to kind of stress. I know Brandon was on here right before you came on, and he was mentioning how sometimes we coordinate people and coordinate teams a little too soon, because I think we've had similar looks at other teams the same way in basketball and in football and baseball, where we're like, oh, this team, they made it to the top, man. If everything stays in order, man, they're gonna have a dynasty, Especially like with LeBron in Miami, not one, not two, not three, not four. And then even with KC, like I think people were kind of, you can even go back to Denver not too long ago, and they were like, Denver, man, they about to make a run, boy. They keep everything intact. The Joker stays healthy. Oh, they just need the space and opportunity. It's their West to lose. And then the growth of OKC came around, and then OKC won last year, and then it's just like, oh, OKC, I don't see anybody who can stop them. I don't know who can stop them. And then I think, and you were talking about only one talking head picking the Spurs. I was kind of hearing from fans that, oh, whoever come out the West gonna destroy the Knicks. Whoever come out the West, they just gonna lay waste to the Knicks. So,
I was probably one of those people. I say that all the time. The West is, they've got teams, and a lot of things had to happen for the Knicks to come out of the East. And again, I mean, if you had, again, we're all talking hypotheticals. If Jason, Tatum, was able to come back, a little bit earlier, healthier, he's coming back off of a Achilles tear. if Giannis was, healthier in Milwaukee or whatever situation that's going on in Milwaukee, that was, kind of resolved and at least what's they were both respectable, like where Giannis was like gonna play and not be injured or whatever. Amicable is the word I'm looking for. The East comes out a little bit different. The East shakes out a lot different. So, and then the 76ers, I mean, they just did what the 76ers do. Crumbled.
Wemby with the flop. Boy, that boy Wemby talking trash. Like, I'm in your head, big dog.
Hey,
like Jack Dosito could.
you got a confident Wemby in the Garden.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Ooh.
Hate to see it, but you love to see it.
And that's the thing too, is like we were seeing the opposite. We were seeing Wemby flustered in the first two games. We were seeing him being unsure and making uncharacteristic mistakes with the ball and throwing the ball away with them being tied with 4 seconds to go.
Yeah.
But now, like you said, I think that game three was a definitely turning point. And like you said, I think he's starting to get that confidence. He's getting that swagger back.
Yeah, these are like the biggest games of his life, and along with everybody else on the squad, So, again, I'm rooting for the young guys to just step in, play the role of spoiler, and we're watching it in real time. New York is panicking right now.
Yes,
I mean,
indeed.
I'm about to turn up the sound right now. New York don't sound like New York right now.
Indeed.
New York does not sound like New York.
I never heard a quiet New Yorker. Never. Ooh, look, pat him down. Oh, strip.
Oh, come on now. Whatever
What do you
pep
think
talk.
about?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, good clutch shot. All right. Well, we got our brother Brandon back. Brandon, what's going on, brother? Welcome back.
What's up? I had to step away for a second. But
No worries.
What's going on, brother?
And
how you doing?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys met Jay. Meet Brandon. Brandon, meet Jay.
Yo.
So,
yes, sir.
Brandon, we were just talking about Wemby kind of getting his swagger back, especially with the turning point of game 3, with him scoring 32 points and pretty much being the catalyst, along with Dylan Harper in that Spurs win on Monday. And now he's kind of getting into the head of Mitchell Robinson. Cat has 2 fouls already in the first quarter, only 3 minutes on the floor, 3 points and 3 fouls. So do you think that, and I know you were saying not to coronate people too early, but do you think that Wemby can take control of this series as it goes back, or once it does head back to San Antonio at the end of tonight?
Well, I still say that the Knicks have an opportunity to still get the to take this series and ultimately win an NBA Finals. But I will say this: whenever you're talking about any series, everything is about spurts and momentum, right? And I feel like what happened in the last game with that incident with Wemby and with Brunson,
Oh yeah.
that I don't feel like enough attention is being played to that moment, where I feel like that moment was a turning point in terms of the Spurs kind of getting their swag back, and I feel like something like that has to happen again on the Knicks side for them to get that momentum swinging in their favor, because I feel like in the first two games the Knicks were very much the attackers, they were the hunters,
Yeah.
and after what you had transpired in that game, they were starting to get that hunter's mentality back that it seemed like they had it even against the Thunder in the previous series. So I feel like there's going to need to be something else like that, where because I'll give kudos to Draymond Green, who commented on that moment and saying, if that ever happened to Steph, like, I probably would have been kicked out of the game. Like, so I would have had to check them and done something to kind of put them on notice to not do that. And we didn't
Mm.
really have anything like that with, Brunson's teammates. So, they had a moment there to kind of check him and say to kind of check him and not to do anything like that. But it didn't really feel like they gave him much resistance after that happened. And so, like, they continue to have that same mentality, going throughout the rest of game three. And now we're seeing the momentum even continuing in game four.
So you're telling me they need to get your boy Charles Oakley out of retirement just to be a goon, just to
Or Rodman, I don't know.
Rodman. No. Yeah, I think it definitely sets the tone physically, especially with that. All right. And Wemby, 13 points, 5 of 7 shooting. Jalen Brunson, 4 points and 0 of 3 shooting on the field.
So I was going to say, I mentioned this to Spills on our show,
Mm-hmm.
in that the Spurs kind of remind me of like that KD Thunder team, where we have a lot of players. They have a lot of players that are were talented, that are young, and they're already getting into the promised land, so to speak. So
Yeah.
I'm still curious to see if they can close the deal, because if they don't, it'll be interesting to see if they keep them all together.
Hmm.
Because if they're demonstrated that they have a lot of value with all those young pieces that they have, I don't know if they will stick around too much longer if they do not win a title. I know it's still early to say that, but a lot of those players, if they don't win that title, they may try to go after the bag in their own regard with a different squad. So
Right. Well, I think they know their pieces. I think, of course, you're going to keep Wemby. I think they see the future in Castle and in Harper. But I think
but I mean,
everybody.
if you're comparing, I'm saying if you're comparing, it's very much comparable. Think about it. Wemby is your KD.
Yeah.
Castle is what is your Westbrook, and Fox is your. I mean, not Fox, but Harper is your Harden.
Right.
So, like, I don't know. I don't know, man.
I think the
See.
Spurs are super deep already with the youth movement. I mean, to your point, I was just mentioning earlier before he came back, Carter Bryant. That's the X factor for their squad. I mean, as young as he is, he does a lot of things that you just don't feel on the box sheet. So he's
Good.
every bit of hustle. Reincarnated. You talked about Rodman. That could be your new version of Rodman with the hard nosed play that he does. So I like what the Spurs have. I would hope if they don't win the finals this year that they keep these players together, because I mean you've got a young nucleus that you can develop, and dude, your star players, 22, 24. I think Castle's 23, 24. And then you've got, Carter Bryant, maybe 20. You build around that.
I agree with you
that's rare.
wholeheartedly, but we can't deny how tempting it is when a team is trying to lure you away with, with the, amount of money that they're throwing your way. And,
Oh,
especially
100%.
when you're a younger player, you may get tempted, and instead of thinking about the big picture of your legacy of having opportunities to, win, to have multiple opportunities to potentially win titles, you may try to go after that bag because you're early in your career, and people see little flashes of your greatness, and so they trying to give you the keys to your own team.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I hope they've got people in their corner, in their circle, that says the very same thing that you said, because I mean the money's gonna be there, but the championship
It
opportunities
is
may not be there.
never,
It's
can't
not
sleep on that.
guaranteed. Ray, like we was talking about earlier, you gotta have good people in your circle.
Indeed.
And but then to talk about SGA flopping, man. This boy Wimby, low key, he be flopping.
Leave him alone.
I was laughing at Cat. What was that game where it's like, bro, he's 7'5" and 260.
He got
He's like,
size 30 in his shoes,
how
bro.
did that was hilarious. He's like, he's 260, bro. He's 7'5", 260. How did I knock him over?
And Brandon, I was talking to Jay about Mike Brown earlier and just his ascension, especially coming out of his run as an assistant with your Golden State Warriors, and then going on to coach the Kings, to multiple playoff appearances, and now being brought in for the Knicks. Now we turn over to the other side with Mitch Robinson, who I haven't, I believe is it Mitch Robinson or Mitch, the coach?
No, that's Mitch Robinson's the center on the Knicks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Mitchell. Well, who's the coach for the Spurs? I know his first name, Mitch. It's up. I'm gonna look it up. But especially with him coming in, succeeding the NBA legend and icon Greg Popovich, like, what have you thought?
Mitch Johnson.
Mitch Johnson. I knew it was a Mitch. Mitch Johnson. What have you thought, Brandon, about Mitch Johnson's progression as a coach, helping this team? Because I know everybody wants to all put it on Wimby, but I think is a lot of good can be spread across everybody involved, including the coach. So, how much credit do you give the coach for getting them this far? Oh, did he drop off?
He's back.
Yeah, that was my fault that time. Hit the kickoff by accident.
No problem. You got my question though? Oh, you're muted.
Oh,
you're saying in regards to the coaches themselves?
Well, we talked about Mike Brown and just his impact, but if you wanted to kind of talk about Mitch Johnson and what you thought of his progression as a coach.
I mean, I like a lot of the poise that he seems to have. He's not a type of type of coach who seems to easily get flustered. He seems a pretty level-headed guy, which is, for coaches that are not years upon years in the league is not the norm. So, in that regard, he has that going for him. We do have coaches that are kind of early into their careers and they still have a tendency to get kind of hot-headed. I mean, I'm here's looking at you. What is it? For the Lakers, I'm brain farting here. Help me out.
Oh,
Uh,
old man in the three, JJ Redick.
thank you, Mr. Reddick. So, he has a tendency to get a little hot headed sometimes. I think he has a good basketball mind. It's just that sometimes I feel, and this just comes with I feel like years of experience is I feel like a lot of times he gets hot headed when it's not necessary to, and a lot of times that kind of gets him in trouble and it gets him kind of out of his element, especially against a coach who is a bit more seasoned and is able to weather a lot of the ups and downs, not only of a regular season, but also to kind of weather their way through a series and how it can play out.
What about you, Jay? What have you thought about Mitch Johnson's development as a coach?
I didn't really realize his basketball pedigree. He was pretty much under my radar until recently. And if you're sitting under Greg Popovich, who's one of the most brilliant basketball minds, of this generation, you gotta at least pick up some of the gems that he's dropping. If you're in practices with him, and I guess he sat on his bench, for about 5 seasons, and so you have to pick something up from him. So yeah, I think the players really trust him. The players are really that was nasty. The players really trust Mitch Johnson. He's got a high basketball IQ, and I'm sure he has Greg Popovich on speed dial to get questions. Like, hey, what should I expect? What do you think I should do to prepare the team, based on past experience? So you just saw what I just saw, probably.
Yeah, I did.
But yeah. So I think that's a great resource to have if you're Ms. Johnson. Greg Pop, is on speed dial. That's a good thing. So, and again, not to downplay Ms. Johnson's basketball pedigree, because he was a 4-year starter at Stanford. So you can't be a scrub doing that. So I think he knows his team. He knows the team knows his temperament, and the players typically take on the characteristics of their coach. And just off the brief interactions I've seen him interact with these players, I think they definitely are buying into what he's selling.
All right, we got a 25-point lead by the Spurs. I think this might be the largest lead in the series.
But it's also the Knicks, and we've seen the Knicks in the past weather storms like this and still manage to make it out of it. So, and with any other team, I would say call it, but it's the Knicks though. So,
All right, well, not sure if you're familiar with my game, brother Brandon, but usually I would go ahead and hit this insurmountable lock of the day. But I think I'm feeling with you what you're feeling as well, brother. Especially I was talking to Jay about them going on a 20-2 run in the last game, even though they came up short at the end. Like you said, they can go on runs themselves. Oh, Allie.
Oh,
gosh.
gosh.
Got Bryant.
Dear Knicks fans. Oh man, dearly beloved. Man, I need to invest in a shovel over here.
Third foul. I think that's what before you guys came on. That's a big thing that I was kind of saying is that I think that's the key for the Spurs to win is getting either Brunson or getting Cat into foul trouble, like making them, forcing them to have bad plays on defense, and it's working so far, at least with Cat.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And for any Yeah, Carter Bryant. He's built different. He's a little different. Yeah, so something you have to be a little off to do a lot of things that he does and not mind because you know what's coming, you know. So, but that's the kind of player that I think the Spurs. I shouldn't say that. That's the kind of player that the Knicks do not have. Is somebody who got blue collar, metal lunchbox, ready to put in that work. You know.
Yeah. He tried to take it up over a Cat, but Cat
He really
stayed
did.
up and down.
And for any fan of basketball that's crying about Wemby and flopping and stuff like that, please don't throw stones on the glass house, especially when you got Cat on the other side doing the same thing.
Woo!
Please don't do that.
They're not going to count it?
I think they're going back and review that.
Mm-hmm.
So the Spurs are your team, Jay?
No, not at all. No. I know I sound like I'm a huge Spurs fan. No, I'm a Laker fan.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, my co-host is too. I always give him a hard time.
Okay. But truth be told, full disclosure, I am a recovering Knicks fan. I left that fandom back in 2007, I believe it was. When
So yeah,
when they
okay,
tried to
gotcha. So this is Carmelo era.
They tried what the straw that broke the camel's back for me was when they tried to bring back Isaiah Thomas into the front office. So I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm burning this jersey. I'm gonna go with the rest of my family with the Lakers, and yeah, that was that. I couldn't do it again.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you gotta tune into Movers and Shakers Unlimited, Jay. Him and his co-host Spills. First off, Spills is hilarious. Just like I said, with Brandon being a Golden State fan, and then Spills being a diehard Lakers fan, is very entertaining to watch and listen to.
Okay.
Appreciate it. I'm glad it's entertaining. Like I said, I like giving him a hard time sometimes talking about LBJ and him swearing that LBJ is the GOAT. So
I'm not delusional. I am a basketball aficionado. I live in the land of reality. That's where I like to stay.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate the objectivity. Oh no, like I tell them this all the time. I say, hey, LeBron is my number 2. That is no slight against LeBron. Like, and that's it's still, sometimes people still get caught up in saying that he's number 1. I'm like, that's no slight to say you're number 2 all time. Like, right. in the history of basketball, like I have you at number 2. There's no slight against LeBron, but I'm sorry, you're not my number 1.
No. And if you say anything other than Michael Jordan, you're wrong. Clearly. I mean, I hate the comparison as well too, because they're 2 different positions, 2 different types of players.
They are
2 different eras, so.
But I can't get past all the finals losses. I give him the benefit of the doubt that he pulled those teams to all of those finals, but you still have to win them. You have to win the majority of them. And he has a losing record in the finals. I don't care how many times he went to the finals. And then on top of that, to be able to play both sides of the ball, and not just, and don't get me wrong, like, he's been terrific in terms of playing help defense, across the teams that he's been on. But to be the guy, the stopper, and then also to be, arguably the greatest, like, offensive force ever, then yeah, I'm sorry, you can't, and to be able to do that twice on both ends.
Mm.
Like, I'm sorry, it already ends the conversation for me.
I mean, the longevity is undeniable. I mean, I can understand it.
That's why it's number 2. That's why it's number 2.
I'll listen to the argument, but again, you're talking about a player who was, said he couldn't play defense, and then he goes out and wins defensive player of the year. They said a guy who was only a scorer, and then he's able to play around with Scottie Pippen. He he brought in, or not brought in, but he made a team with Dennis Rodman work, where Dennis Rodman was an outcast. No one wanted Dennis Rodman. He was uncontrollable. He helped control him. He let that man do what he does. And again, he brought other players to, BJ Armstrong. You know what I'm saying? He made that man a household name back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So,
and I was gonna say, put it this way, and I tell my co-hosts this all the time. I'm like, I was gonna say, whenever he steps foot, I'm gonna give a shout out to Spills, my co-host. I'm like, Spills, let me ask you this, bro. And then don't get me wrong, I love LBJ. LBJ is awesome. Whenever he stepped foot on the finals floor, did he ever lose? Historically, ever? Yeah, you can say, there were eras where he never made it to the finals. Like, he had to go through the bad boy Pistons. But I'm saying, when he finally made it to the finals, did he ever lose?
Rings. It always
ever
rings with people.
6 rings it is.
And then I get to, see what happened was, he been to 10 finals. Yeah, I get all of that. Still does not change my point.
You don't win them rings by yourself, Brandon. You can't put them all
don't,
on
sir. You don't, sir. I believe you. You don't. But at the same time, like, how many, all-time greats, Hall of Famers, would have won titles? I'm going to give you another argument. Would have won titles had they not played in Jordan's era? How many players have won titles during quote-unquote LeBron's era?
But how many players had
Kobe,
to put together?
Steph.
But
Jordan wouldn't have that. He wouldn't allow any other, comparable players win titles in his watch.
But those LeBron did something to put together super teams. They had to bring KD to your Warriors in order to get over the LeBron.
What you're doing, Ray, is called distracting.
Right? Yeah, I know. This is what Spills does.
But I'll give it to LeBron. Not like the devil needs advocating, but LeBron James dragged Anderson Varejao to the finals with him.
He did. Like I said, respect for the consistency. That's why he's my number 2. I give mad respect for that. The consistency of greatness, for as long as you've been able to do it. It's unheard of. But still, at the end of the day, winning counts. So, 100%. Like, and don't get me wrong, like he had the East on stranglehold for quite a while there. But when it all came down to actually winning the title, he still had to go through the West. And a lot of times they did not have an answer for the West when they came out of the East.
Well, that was a generation ago when the East was the conference that you knew was going to, whoever was coming out of the East was going to win, with the exception of the 2 years with the Houston Rockets won. But yeah, Jordan was that dude.
Well, I just I always say this, and then I'll get to some of our comments in the chat. I always say this. I think if you're looking for the player with like just the biggest tenacity, the biggest amount of tenacity that will will your team to win, then by all means, Jordan, top of the top. Like, he will your team to win, regardless of who he has around him. He will a team to win. As far as like the prototype, like everything, like if I wanted to create a basketball player from the ground up, it's LeBron. Somebody 6'8", 260 pounds, can play all 5 positions on the floor, play offense and defense. Also with the with the basketball IQ that he has, where he can recall plays that he performed like 5, 7, 10 years ago. Like this brother is a savant. I'm not saying I ain't got no skin in the game. Like, I think they both awesome. And if we gonna go by rings, then why not make Bill Russell the top, since he got 11 titles? I think he might have lost in the finals, but I don't remember. But he got 11 rings. How about just make him number
Basura?
And see, when we get into that, and I've heard that argument, I would say Russell is the greatest winner we've ever had in all the NBA, because like the only thing that I'm utilizing to kind of differentiate is to get into like to get into some of the intangibles. When we're thinking of Bill Russell, we're thinking of defense. We're thinking of one side of the ball, and not necessarily always thinking, offensively. Even though he was, a capable offensive threat, when we're talking about like his calling card, a lot of times we're thinking of his defense versus him doing both. So I mean, and don't get me wrong, like he rebounded, he was a huge impact to his team, but when we're just thinking about the not only the capacity to dominate in your era, but to also have, when I'm thinking of a lot of the players that we had, during that era of Jordan. And don't get me wrong, there were some incredible players during Russell's era too. Like going down that list, where I'm thinking of, John Stockton and Karl Malone. When I'm thinking of, Clyde Drexler. When I'm thinking of, the Knicks teams that we had during that time with Starks and with brain fart and a couple of those guys.
Ewing.
Ewing, thank you.
Mason.
You just said Larry Johnson, Mason.
Stark, yeah.
Like incredible teams. People forgetting the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat were like that.
Yeah.
Morning and Tim Hardaway.
Yeah.
Bro, like, and they gave them everything they wanted. They gave them everything they had, and they still weren't able to overcome the Bulls.
Right.
So, like I said, when we pluck Jordan out of those years that he won titles, during those times that he was dominating, he prevented a lot of Hall of Fame players, top 75 players of all time, from winning titles. That's insane.
And that should lead your argument when it comes to Jordan versus LeBron right there. I mean, so many Hall of Famers he cock blocked from that title.
And LeBron has gone up against Steph a whole bunch, and Steph has a winning record against LeBron James. He's considered, quote unquote, the GOAT.
Oh, here we go. You always got to bring it up.
Here we go. That's factual.
Here you go.
It's like factual, bro.
I'm sorry. Do they play the NBA Finals 1-on-1? I'm sorry. Remind me. Is it 1-on-1 or 5-on-5?
Remind me, before they got KD, when they won their first title, did they also lose to the Warriors?
Yeah, they did lose to the Warriors, but then who came
back? Okay. I was making sure. I'm not trying to have like selective history here, but I got you with the KD though.
Came back 3-1. Let me stop. I'm sounding like Spills. I don't need to be sounding.
You are sounding like Spills. You're channeling your skills right now.
I'm just getting out your way.
Hey, look, we ain't need Spills today. I got Rachel here being Spills today.
Shout out to Spills. All right, let me go ahead. All right, we'll get off the GOAT talk for 1 second. We'll go ahead and acknowledge the people who are joining us and commenting in the chat. Thank you guys for watching and following. So we got Brother BKL Sport Entertainment Show. Thank you, Brother BKL. Shout out to everyone in the chat, including Nefarious Media Network. Keep up a good work on the channel. Appreciate it. And shout out from the South Bronx. South Bronx.
Down.
Brother BKL Contreras. aka Sportertainment Guy. Shout out to you, brother BKL. Thank you. And he said, big shout out from Knicks fans. You're big shout out to you, brother. Hopefully they can
Big shout out.
Overcome this lead. It's getting
Man,
ugly.
get your aspirin. Get your aspirin. It's a long game, bro.
And then, of course, we got our fearless leader of this here network, brother Nate Milton, Nate Mosaic 757. Great conversation, brothers. I'll be joining around that halftime. And you leave Wimby alone, Ray. He fights in the traditional style of the French #Le Retreat.
Wow.
You're not aware, brother Brandon, but there's a long-standing war between Nate Milton and the French basketball contingent. He is not a big fan. It was one time he was lashing out against Kelly Oubre, and he thought Kelly Oubre was French. We had to remind him, no, he's not French. So no shade on you, Kelly Oubre. All right. He says LeBron is at worst the second greatest basketball player ever, but in reality, he's the Tom Brady of the NBA. What the mainstream media tries to paint Brady as, LBJ is that and then some. Ooh. All right.
Yeah. Comparable, but again, winning counts. So, like, when we're talking about the rings, like, comparable, yeah, they're in the conversation of being comparable, but I'm sorry. So I'll take Tom Brady over that in that conversation.
And then one more comment for brother Nate. He says Golden State had to assemble the Avengers to take down Thanos. LOL.
He was inevitable.
All right, let's take a look at this score. 71-43. 2 minutes, just under 3 minutes left in the half. Should I throw up the insurmountable? I want to throw it up so bad. I want to go to bed.
Feel free, but don't be surprised. You go to sleep and you come find out they won this game.
I know.
Like I said, with any other team, I would agree with you. But again, these Knicks, they don't go away.
Ray, I wouldn't be mad at you. They're up 4 touchdowns, bro.
Amon Shumpert with his jersey on.
This is crazy.
I'm gonna stick around.
Yeah. They better find Danhausen.
He around here somewhere.
Better get his human monies.
Wimby just found a jar of teeth in the locker room. Like, where did this come from?
Pay this man whatever he want. Get him and the kid Merrill in the building.
Oh my goodness. That's a combination. Danhausen and the kid Merrill.
Yeah, when you see that combo come up, you know New York is like they about to crash out, bro.
All right. I'm messing with these Twitch chats. All right, Josh Hartman. No, he's been kind of slacking.
Pressure does 2 things: burst pipes or makes diamonds. And we seeing what's happening right now.
Yeah, he was stepping up. He was stepping up in game 3, but
yeah,
He's just gone quiet ever since. How much time? It's 2 minutes even. Oh, missed both free throws. Got the rebound though.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Okay.
Looked like he took some steps.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Oof.
I do like the fight that New York is putting on display right now, though. I will say that.
Oh, good defense. Oh. No.
Oh man. I think the pressure's getting to him.
So what do you if you're Mike Brown, you guys get into the locker room, what do you say to these guys?
At worst, we're 2-2. Stay healthy. Stay healthy.
Hey, man, don't
Stay
play too
healthy.
hard, y'all. We going to San Antonio
what?
anyway.
It's level. I don't like Mike Brown as a head coach anyway. I feel a certain type of way when he was with the Lakers. I just didn't. I didn't like it. I had a bad experience with it. I'm sure he's a great guy. I just had a bad experience as a Laker fan, and watching the success that he's had after he's left. It's like it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. It's almost like in fantasy football where it's like, you got somebody who's like in a slump. And so you're like, okay, let me get rid of this person. And as soon as you trade them, they go off on an MVP type of run. That's what Mike Brown is doing right now. And it hurts, And so, I mean, I don't know what Mike Brown has to. I mean, it's the little things like they're just getting outplayed by San Antonio. It's the little things, the closeouts that San Antonio is doing that New York isn't doing. You know, it's the small things that don't come up on don't show up on the stat sheet that will end up on the game tape that they are doing or not doing that San Antonio is doing, and it just seems like the Knicks are playing not to lose, and the Spurs are playing to win.
Yeah. No, I'm about to say. And like it also is really big that the Spurs are pretty much lights out from 3-point range right now. They've just been lighting it up. They already got 76 points in the first half.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Largest halftime lead by a road team in NBA Finals history. Yo, if you want to throw insurmountable up, I wouldn't even. You're not gonna hear no griping from me.
I think Mike Breen just said 61% from 3-point range. Everything's been falling for them, and it's been the opposite for the Knicks.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. Let's charts. Let me see that. Let me see. So. All right, so FB points.
Talking about orange and blue skies is like black and blue eyes because they getting beat up tonight. They're getting it handed to them tonight.
I'm trying to find. Here we go. We'll do this. Team stats. There we go. Let's go with that.
Might have some Rocky IV stuff going on.
Tragic.
When Rocky Forrest said, throw in the towel. Throw in the towel. All right. Well, we mentioned this brother. He was in the chat, but now he is live in full effect. Our fearless leader, brother Nate Milton. Welcome to the program, brother Nate.
Turn out the lights. The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Turn out the lights. Oh, the party's over. And tomorrow, maybe New York will do it again. Bing bong. What's up, fellas?
What's cracking, bro?
Oh, man. Look here. Little pulling back the curtain a little bit, man. So got back from the job, man. Seen Ray doing his thing. Was surprised to see brother Brandon, who we chopped it up with on the NWA podcast, rolling with Ray and chopping it up about the game. Then Jay joined, and I'm like, okay, cool. We got a good little crew, man. I can eat my dinner and relax and get ready for halftime. And then, Brandon has stirred up the pot a little bit with this whole LeBron conversation. That's how you know this game has been basura, Jay Lacey, because we talking about LeBron and Jordan instead of talking about Brunson versus Wemby. And let me tell you the third reason why you know this game ain't no good, man. Because normally Ray, Ray, for those that don't know, is a teetotaler, which means he don't be drinking no alcohol or whatnot, He's not Eddie Kane Jr. What? 1, maybe 2, 3 drinks that make me an alcoholic? Normally I don't be drinking on the air, Jay Lacey. This game over, dog. This game over. I already cracked this jank over because it's over. So we just gonna kick it. We gonna party and bullshit and talk about the remaining half of this game because I initially picked I picked Spurs in 6, Ray. That was my initial prediction. Right. After the first 2 games in San Antonio, I was like, "Ooh, okay, this might take on a different tenor and a different tone for the series." But then, seeing how the Knicks won last night with your man 45-47 in the audience, there we go, and then seeing how the Spurs came out tonight and have just put B to A, as it were. To the Knicks, man. It's just like, yeah, like I think this is going to be a longer series than some people predicted because I think both teams will make adjustments. I think Mike Brown is going to make adjustments. Again, I think it was you or Brandon Ray that said, we've seen the Knicks make a run before, so we can't completely count them out. We can't throw up the insurmountable graphic just yet.
I know.
But
yeah, that was small.
Yeah, but it's getting it's feeling a little insurmountable. It's kind of like when Jamie Foxx talked about Whitney Houston, R.I.P. We love you, Whitney. Like, I'm not saying she was a crackhead. I'm just saying she was acting very crackish. Like, I'm not saying this game is insurmountable. It just feels very insurmountable-ish. But yeah, man. Like, I don't know, man. My biggest thing with this Spurs team, Ray, I thought like, yo, this team is mad young. They're not going to be able to, if they lost 2 at home, they're not going to be able to handle the Garden because we've seen like seasoned teams go into the Garden and fold in front of that crowd. But they came out here and they have handled business in New York, and now they're going back to San Antonio with them big fat women's and the churros, and they can close it out at home, fellas.
It's so funny too. I think game 1 they were putting the finest women in the front row, and they was like, "Take that, Charles."
They said company coming over.
hey! To all the women of San Antonio, the Nefarious Media Network thinks you all beautiful, no matter how you look,
no matter how big you are.
As Adam Silver said, "Race, this sport should be bringing us all together."
Oh,
okay, not pulling us apart.
Indeed.
Hey, the only thing it looked like the Knicks are winning this game is the halftime. I mean, they got Wu-Tang playing right now.
Damn, they had Cardi last night and Wu-Tang tonight. Okay, New York.
You got to show up. I think they got embarrassed when the Yankees played the Dodgers and they brought out Fat Joe. They said, "Nah, you can just stay in the seats, bro. We gonna bring out the heavy hitters." They still ain't recovered from that.
Did Brandon leave?
He's around. His disembodied voice is around. He's at his shoot job.
Okay, I respect it. I just got back from the job myself. Appreciate you coming out, Brandon. Whenever the disembodied voice gets re-embodied, man, we gonna talk about this man LeBron James and this man Michael Jeffrey Jordan and all these other peoples. Because I do have, like, I've got an uncle in Mississippi who swears to me that Wilt Chamberlain is the greatest basketball player of all time, and I'm just like, okay,
boo this man.
How are we doing the metrics here, Unc?
Don't go there. Don't go there, Nate. Don't be like he was playing taxi drivers and firefighters. Don't go there.
Playing plumbers.
There's some 75-year-old white man in Boston right now. Like, how dare you disrespect John Havlicek?
Bob Cousy was the man.
Bob Cousy was a legend. Jerry West was a legend.
Jerry West. Hey, you got to give it to Jerry West though. Like, other than like that performance that Brandon alluded to when the Cavs beat LeBron, when LeBron had like, who did he have? Was it just like Delhi and like the Cleveland Cavaliers practice squad when they lost to the Warriors. Yeah. Well, Kyrie and Caleb were hurt.
Oh, they were. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because it was like LeBron, to me, other than Jerry West, who actually won the MVP on a losing team, which is wild. Like that performance from LeBron, where he literally took Sideshow Bob, Crocodile Dundee, and the rest of these scrubs, and went head to head with a great Warriors team. Like, I was like, yeah, man, he ain't win it, but you got to give him a little credit for that. Because where's Anderson Varejao now? You ain't seen that man before or since.
No, nah.
Also, question, is Anderson Varejao the Camila Cardoso of the MNBA?
Don't do that.
What are you mean by that?
I don't know who that insults. Am I insulting Anderson or am I insulting Miller? I don't know.
Don't do that. She deserves better, bro.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean that?
Yo, did you peep the Dream Sky game the other night where Angel hit the 3-pointer and still had her hand like extended with the follow through, and Miller gave her a high five? Like, Miller don't want to be in Chicago no more.
Nope.
And that's Ray. Did you see that Skylar Diggins press conference the other day?
No.
Yo,
what's she say now?
So you remember what Angel said last year that got her suspended?
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
So, like, basically, Skylar Diggins. Yeah, they should have known this, man. Skylar Diggins, lovely. We love Skylar Diggins, man, all day, every day. But when she ain't happy, nobody's gonna be happy, and she will let you know that she's not happy. So she was like, people just need to, step up and play better. Maybe the front office, this and that. And then I forget who the damn head coach of the Sky is. Let's just call him Terry. They was like, well, what do you think about this defensive rotation? She was like, ask Terry. That's Terry's job. Ask Terry. I was like, oh. Like, y'all thought Angel was the problem. No, exactly. You were the problem, Angel Chicago Sky.
Yep. And now Angel having the time of her life.
Yes, Angel is free.
Living it up.
Okay. Speaking of free, is this man Brandon free from the job?
Exactly. Out on the streets.
Out on this man on the street.
He ain't in New York though.
He said, give me free.
I was listening the whole time, so I heard everything.
All right. So Brandon, first of all, appreciate you hanging out with us, man. Definitely had a great time chopping it up with you, talking wrestling a few months ago, but now we talking these hoops. Real quick. So the reason I call LeBron Tom Brady of the NBA is because I may be one of the few people who I still put Joe Montana over Tom Brady.
Ooh, okay.
Like, to me, Joe Montana, like much in the same way, like you could argue Jordan was perfection in the finals. To me, Joe Montana was 4 for 4. Brady lost, and I love Eli Manning, but Brady lost to Eli Manning.
He did. And that was an undefeated season. I recall. Yes. I watched that game. I remember. So I hear you. So if anything, if we're really comparing Tom Brady, he's the Tim Duncan of the NFL.
Okay.
If we're talking about not consecutive, but he's still great.
Yeah. Like don't get it twisted. I'm not saying Tom Brady wasn't great. But I feel like LeBron is Brady in terms of the longevity. I feel like LeBron is Brady in terms of doing stuff over 40 that we haven't really seen athletes do in their respective sports. And then LeBron also lost some championships he probably shouldn't have, like that Mavericks championship against the Heat. The Heat should have won that finals. That those two Super Bowls against the Giants. The Patriots probably should have won them joints. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Hey, that game, I was gonna say that game against the Giants, that I think it was the undefeated season. That was a wild game. They should have won that game.
Like you got Randy Moss now, like Randy Moss on that team.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that was more of like if we're talking movies, because I'm a movie guy too. That was more of like an Angels in the outfield type of situation. I'm like, I don't know how that turned out the way it did at the end of that game. So under any other circumstance, that should have played out differently. And somehow, some way, some magic happened where like they had something else going on their side where like this is random stuff like ended up pulling them through and somehow making something lucky happen towards the end of that game. There's no way they should have lost that.
It's weird because Brady had a winning record against Peyton Manning, like who was the better Manning by every metric, but for whatever reason, Eli was his kryptonite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
David Tyree with the stickum on his helmet.
David Tyree, yep.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure he's still not paying for a dinner in New York.
But no, I and this is something like Jay and I have talked about before. Brandon, like I wrestle with it. I go back and forth because to me, Jordan is always the GOAT. But I can also see, like, much like my random ass uncle, who's like Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell, like maybe I can understand why somebody who's in their 20s now would look at LeBron like we look at MJ. And I get it.
I get it too, but like I said, I just can't get past the accolades defensively and offensively. It's hard, man. It's hard, and to do that within the same season.
Yeah.
So like I just can't get past that. And like I said, at the end of the day, when I'm thinking of all the greats that would have otherwise won titles in the time that he played, and you can't say that about LeBron. That there were other comparable players, there were other contemporaries, if you will, that he allowed to win on his watch.
Yeah. Well, to be fair though, I would say, and again, like I'm not taking anything away from MJ. Like I love,
and he's
MJ,
still
man.
number 2. Again, this is no slight against LeBron. He's still my number 2.
Like we're splitting hairs right now. We're splitting hairs. But I think with MJ had the grace to have his losses happen before he became MJ. You know what I'm saying? He was always great, but those series against the Pistons and the Celtics, where he had to kind of learn the game, where they was beating up on him and the Jordan rules and all of that. He took all of that, and then once he had the team, once he had Scottie, once he was ready to roll, they never looked back. Whereas with LeBron, I think it was different because it was a different era, but also this whole super team thing. Like if people think LeBron started the super team thing, it was actually just a response to the Celtics, who had the super team with Paul Pierce and KG and that turncoat Ray Allen. But Ray Allen was like a double turncoat because then he turned on the Celtics. He's like the NWO. You don't know whose side is he on, Tony?
And then I was gonna say, here's another thing I'll bring up when we're talking about LBJ. Is when we're talking about that first title, and Wade will admit this, which is why he also does not have LeBron as his GOAT, and that's from his own teammate, is that, to your point, to your argument, he had to learn how to win NBA Finals, and the way he did that was through someone who already had won a title, which that person is Dwayne Wade. So he had to pair with him to figure out how to win titles. After that, he was fine. He knew how to do it on his own. But can we really say that for Jordan? You gave him some co-stars,
right?
But he didn't really have to defer to anybody to learn how to win from someone who had already won a title prior to him.
Yes, you are right. EDM 331. You did hear the announcer right. Biggest halftime lead for an away team in NBA. Yes.
Here's the thing, man. I'm not a New York fan, right? As we switch gears, like I'm sure we'll get back to this because this is the debate that's never gonna end, Brandon. But when it comes to this New York Knicks team, people keep telling me, "Oh, this is a lovable New York Knicks team," and I'm like, I've never in my whole life. I'm over 40 now, dog. I ain't never seen a lovable New York Knicks team. The closest I could come to a lovable New York team was them Giants teams with Eli. It's like, yes, I don't hate this Knicks team, but I don't love them. I don't give a damn about these Knicks.
We don't.
Well,
love them.
I was gonna say to your point, I've never known a quote unquote lovable Knicks team, in that, in terms of the DNA of many of the Knicks teams that, at least that I've grown up with, have been hard nosed, in the style of the the bad boy Pistons, a hard nosed blue collar team. It's never ever been a situation like you had with the Showtime Lakers or Jordan's Bulls, or the fundamentally sound, fun to watch Warriors teams in that era of chucking threes, but they still play fundamentally sound. It's in all the eras of teams that have been great Knicks teams. There's never been an instance where I will call any of those Knicks teams lovable. Like when we're talking about the era with I'm trying to think of what is it, Ewing, and I already mentioned it, Ewing and Starks, those teams, Allen Houston, Latrell Sprewell, like
maybe that week Jeremy Lin was hot, maybe.
maybe.
Lynn
maybe that team Whoopi Goldberg
but I don't. But see, I don't even count that team, because again, we're talking about teams, and people wouldn't get mad, but like I'm talking about teams that were title contenders. They were conference finals, like they got all the way to the conference finals, or they were title contenders, like they were right there. So even when we're talking about our the era that you had with, like, people forget about this, even with the Rose Knicks, the Derrick Rose Knicks, even with the Carmelo Anthony Knicks that Nate also Robinson had J.R. Smith and all of those boys, like, you have your I don't want to say, I'll say it, your subpar Knicks teams. You have your Knicks teams that are right there in the middle of the pack. If I, again, being the movie guy, I'll say, just like you say, movies are very mid. You have your mid Knicks teams, and then you have your title contender Knicks teams.
Right.
So
I will say,
I'll be on that hill. I'll sit on that hill. Anybody want to come at me on it?
I'm gonna say, look, like I brought up the topic, Brandon, but I'm man enough to admit we both are wrong right now, instantly in the moment, because there is one lovable New York Knicks team, and that's the team with Malik Sealy that Whoopi Goldberg coached to the playoffs in
Oh no! Oh no!
Eddie. Good old Eddie.
Oh boy!
Yes.
Oh,
Somebody
boy.
get Coolio on the phone. R.I.P.
Retro.
Yeah, this is terrible, man. I've like for a finals game, this is embarrassing.
Yeah. In your own home court.
Like, damn.
Yeah, but again, you could arguably say that with the first 2 games too. I feel like we having a matter of and apologies, but again, as I mentioned a lot, I am a movie guy. But if we are to do comps to what we have with the series, that's kind of reminding me of with what you're seeing with visiting teams, we very much have a Rocky IV situation going on. Where we have the visiting party, laying waste to the home party.
So what you're saying is at the end of this game, when they interview Wemby, he's gonna be like, "If I can change, and you can change, then maybe everyone can change."
Nah,
Viva la France!
I must break you. I must break you.
I must.
Damn, is Cat down now too?
Yeah, he caught an elbow.
Inadvertent.
Yeah.
So, considering that, like, I think we may have a different thing going on come, let's say hypothetically they I know y'all like, of course it's a done deal, but they hypothetically tie the series up. I think we may have an interesting game 5 and game 6 on our hands going back to San Antonio. So
yeah.
No doubt.
It's so weird. Like this, like last year's finals was back and forth with Indiana and OKC. This year, it is like this trilogy that they're setting up. Like we had Iron Man 1 with the Knicks going into San Antonio and stealing the churros from the fans. And then these 2 games in New York, we had Iron Man 2, and I don't know why Mickey Rourke is courtside. So we'll see if when they go back to San Antonio, if it's Iron Man 3 and it's Christmas in San Antonio. That's the best way I could land
all
that
things
plane.
considered, I'm surprised Mickey Rourke is able to be courtside.
So where's my bird?
If
Where's my boy?
If y'all been following, all matters Mickey Rourke, but I mean that's a whole other matter.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Google search. I ain't.
Don't do it, Ray.
Like, is he able to be courtside? Is he a +1?
I mean, depending on who shows up, maybe the guy that showed up last night will bring him.
Let me leave Mickey Rourke alone. I'm gonna stop messing with him, man. I'm just playing, Mickey. I'm just playing, man. I'm just playing.
Hey, he was good in the wrestling, man. He did his thing.
Well, New York fans are cheering right now.
Hey.
God,
you say you got peoples that's New York fans, Jay?
Fam. Yeah. So I was talking to my dad earlier today, man. He's like, hey, asking me what my thoughts are on the game. I was like, man, New York.
Your dad is a New York fan?
I wouldn't say a fan. He's a supporter, I guess. He's from New
He has
York.
some allegiances.
So this is his friendly New York team. So so he's affiliated from a distance. But watching Wemby get that flagrant right now, shameful, and it's sad too because I'm hearing like New York is like.
Is that the rare makeup flagrant? Is that like a makeup flagrant from Game 3?
I think so. I think looking at it, yes. Looking at it, yeah. That's weak.
It's like we owe you one, Wemby. Look, Wemby just cussed them refs out in French. Zut alors. S'il vous plaît. Sacre bleu.
Croissant.
I mean, but what a way to pay him back though, What a way to pay him back when you're up by like 27.
Yes. Although, like,
Thanks a lot.
isn't that Wemby's second flagrant in the playoffs though?
Yes.
Did he get a flagrant against Nas Reed?
Yeah, he got a 2, flagrant 2. And this one's a
So if
flagrant
he gets
1.
one
So he got
more, doesn't he have to sit a game?
One more, he has to sit a game, yeah.
Oh, they gonna try to Draymond this brother.
They might if they want to get the series that they trying to orchestrate. Maybe I'm gonna be a little conspiracy theorist here.
Mm-hmm. Get it back to New York.
Keep your feet on the ground, Wemby.
Keep your elbows and hands to yourself, sir.
Hey, Brandon, as a Warriors fan, how upset are you that Draymond Green couldn't keep his hands to himself in that series 10 years ago?
Man, I still think about that series. I mean, it goes back to what I was saying about, you have small moments where you look back on it and you don't you understand or appreciate the impact of it. The same thing, and I'll say it again, is going back to that moment with Wemby and with Brunson, that in any other circumstance, you would have the teammates coming to his aid and even if it means somehow getting themselves, caught up for defending him. Mm-hmm. The fact that I don't feel like there was enough of a reaction out of his teammates.
No.
I feel like he gave Spurs the green light, say, oh, okay, all right, bet. So, like, I feel like if it was any other team, none the teammates wouldn't be playing that, like allowing their star player to get done like that. And the fact that they didn't have the reaction that you were normally accustomed them to have, kind of gave them a green light to keep having that mentality of being the hunter instead of the hunted. So,
like, where was Josh Hart at? Like, that's your teammate from college, cuz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like, I feel like the Knicks need to have a moment like that against the Spurs going into these games that they have in San Antonio to get that momentum back. I have confidence that they'll do it, but I don't know. It may not happen in this game. We'll see. But like, as I said, when it comes to the Knicks, out of any team, not a team you can count out. So,
I mean, to be fair, the Knicks were battle tested against the second best team in the Eastern Conference, Jay, the Atlanta Hawks.
Oh, bruh.
Yeah.
Hey, we the only ones that took a game off of you this whole postseason.
Trolling.
The ghost of Trae Young was inhabiting my team that night.
Trolling.
We need to get Ray. No offense, but we need to get Trae on a better team, man. Because he is like the perfect New York Knicks villain in the MSG. And the Wizards ain't gonna be doing no villainizing no time soon.
You better stop once doggone street clothes gets back on the floor.
Once Anthony Davis is healthy for 82 games, is what you saying, Ray?
Oh, we need him for a good 41.
Nah. We need to get him back some trade value. I don't trust street clothes.
No,
and I'm not even a Wizards team, but like that's a waste of money right there.
Like no, and it's no disrespect, man, because I do kind of feel bad for AD as much as I can feel bad for a multimillionaire with championship rings or a championship ring. But it's like it ain't his fault. His body like breaks down and betrays him. But at the same time, I would like, why would you want that if you're the Wizards, man?
You gotta sell tickets.
We could change you.
How we selling tickets? He's sitting in the same seats as the fans sitting in, Jay, on the same side of the court. How
you know what it
tickets?
is? You know what it is? It's like you see this bad chick and you're like, oh, I can fix her.
Exactly.
That's what about AD.
Hey yo.
Exactly.
Hey yo.
That's what they think.
Yo.
Like, oh, I can fix her. You know what I mean?
You nailed it.
But the Mavericks are like, don't save him. He don't
want to be saved.
Not at all.
Like, there's an old saying in Tennessee. It's in Texas too. Fool me once. That's what the Mavericks said when they traded AD. Fool me one time, the joke's on you. Oh man, at least AD
Yeah,
got a
no,
ring
keep
though.
Trey, but AD got to go, bro. Keep Trey, but AD got to go. He got to go.
Either you got to go or we restructuring that contract all the way down. I'm paying you for 40 games, my boy. 40.
Yeah.
Not a game more. Because you might not even make the 40, my boy.
Right.
We'll give you a 10-game advance.
And I was gonna say, to your point about AD, like, yes, I understand that players can have their bodies can be unreliable and can kind of break down on them. But another great example. But a lot of people forget, and this is me going back to the Warriors. There was a time where people forget about the era before Steph Curry, where you had what's my boy's name?
Bad play.
Brain farting.
You talking about the Spreewell Warriors?
No, I'm not talking about Spreewell Warriors. I'm talking about the Steven Jackson Warriors. We also had another guard on that team.
Baron Davis.
Not Baron Davis.
No, not Baron. Oh, shoot.
Monte Ellis.
Yes.
Thank you, Monte Ellis. Okay. People forget about how bad Monte Ellis was, and
Monte Ellis, Brandon Roy.
No, but I'm saying when they decided to get rid of Monte Ellis and say, "Hey, this is Steph's team," like people forget, like Steph was kind of brittle during that time. He had to train to improve the health of his ankles because he kept having issues with his ankles, and then people were kind of not believing that he would be a player to carry them through, going forward into the future. But again, being able to have the due diligence to train properly, regardless of whatever issue your body has, really training in order to strengthen that part of your body. I mean, you are a professional athlete. I understand that issues happen and having an impact of an 82-game season. I get all of that. But at the end of the day, as y'all was saying, he's getting paid $50-60 million a year. You have to figure out, you're a professional, you have to figure out a way to maximize, the capabilities of what your body can do.
It's just something about them basketball players from around that Cleveland area. They just built a little bit different.
Maybe, yeah.
Hey, you know what's gonna be crazy? Because I've seen the rumors out there. Like, obviously, there's rumors of LeBron going back to Cleveland. Jay, there's rumors of LeBron staying in LA with Luka. I saw a rumor today, and I'm like, I don't even know how I feel about this. LeBron and Steph finally, after all these years of talking, linking up on the same NBA team. What would you think about that, Jay Lacey?
I would rather see them on the big three because I think they're age appropriate for that.
Damn, it's the slander.
I do not want to see that. It is. I'm older than both of them, and you know what?
But look. On the other side of the coin, though, Jay Lacey, how sad would it be that the 40-year-old guy and the guy that's approaching 40 are still the best two players on that Warriors team, regardless of whoever's on the roster?
Facts. That's crazy. I mean, that's a testament to what Brandon was talking about. Professional athletes dialing in their health, taking their craft seriously, and dedicating their life to the game. That's longevity right there personified. And I just don't want to see it. I really don't. I think.
And to be fair though, them light-skinned brothers do age differently, man. Marcus Vanderberg is 15 years older than Ray Williams and looks 10 years younger.
Man,
shout out to brother light skin out there. We appreciate you, Marcus.
Hey, black don't crack.
This game ain't over. This game ain't over.
They Knicks trying to do a little something.
The 13-0 run.
Yeah. What they have the other game? Was it a 20-22 run?
Yeah, 20-2 run, I think. Yeah. This crowd is into it.
That once Wemby got that tech, that's when they woke up.
Yeah,
and I think that gave New York some life, and so
that
the one thing you don't ever want to do a dying person is hope.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something that may seem offensive to New York, but embrace it, New York. It's your personality. You notice, Jay, they wasn't cheering when they was down 20-something points. They cheered when something bad happened to another person. So they wasn't cheering in support of their own peoples. They was rooting against somebody else. So the hate is what's fueling this lovable New York Knicks team, as the media calls them.
Lovable. Okay.
Lovable in quotations.
And also, Ray, why is Taylor Swift here?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Is she a New York fan? New York Knicks fan?
All of a sudden.
Yeah, she on the bandwagon. At least she's staying awake through the game.
She ain't getting booed.
Hey,
She been,
you know what?
Put on the screen.
You know what? Hey, Ray,
Right.
Ray, I'm gonna say something here that I've never said before on a podcast. Blame it on the Bud Light Platinum. So, and this is not a plug because they don't sponsor us yet. That would be fun if we got alcohol sponsorships, and I'd make Ray do all the reads just as a joke to myself. But here's the thing. So this is the one time me and 4547 have something in common. Because Donald Trump got all dressed up, took all of his meds, and got to the game. Sorry, hey, shout out to brother Light Skin. Out here looking like a young Elder Barge in the Who's Johnny video on these streets. Who's
It's
Johnny?
all good, babes, forefather.
Mighty in her special way. Who's Johnny?
What up,
But you know, Trump got all dressed up. He's a New Yorker at heart, even though he lives in Florida because the New York people kicked him out of town because they hate him. But he's coming to support his Knicks, and he falls asleep in one of their biggest moments. When Spider-Man Far From Home came out, I was doing it big, man. I was like, you know, I'm gonna do my big uncle thing, Jay Lacey. I'm gonna take my nieces out. We gonna go to Fuddruckers where you can make your own hamburgers, man. We gonna go to Fuddruckers. Then we gonna go to the movie theaters. That was my first mistake right there, because I had worked like 12 hours the day before.
Oh no!
Pick my nieces up from my sister. We went to Fuddruckers, had a ball at Fuddruckers. Then we go to the movie theater to see Spider-Man. As soon as them lights went down, and I heard the music. Dun, 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 dun. By the time the Marvel joint went off, Ray, I was gone. I woke up. I fell asleep. I was asleep through like 75% of Spider-Man for No Way Home. And I'm like, what is Jake Gyllenhaal doing fighting Spider-Man? I thought they was partners. That's the last thing I saw. And they was like, I looked over to my nieces, and just the look of disappointment, Jay, it was like, It was like we getting biblical now, Ray. It was like when Jesus was in the Garden of Gethsemane, and he was like, hey, fam, this might be my last day out here for a little minute. Can y'all stay up and we can just chop it up for a little bit? And all the disciples were like, yeah, we got you, Jay. We got you, player. And they all fell asleep. And then Jesus was just like, these trifling so-and-so, these Bammers couldn't even stay up for me on my last night. That's how my nieces looked at me. They was like, Uncle Nate, you. I was like, we can see it again tomorrow. They're like, no, we're good. I was like, oh, okay. so I understand what the president was going through in that moment, y'all.
Wow. A moment of empathy from Brother Nate to President 45.
He's our lovable president, Ray.
Just like the lovable
Just like these lovable Knicks.
Oh
man.
Yeah, if you Wemby, you gotta do something right now. Be like, hey, that was cute, that little comeback, but we not doing this no more.
Seriously.
Hit him with the terrible layer. That don't work for me, brother.
Skirt. Somebody check on him.
I'll see it in 15 seconds.
Yeah, Ray got that Croatian internet. Got that Vladimir Zelensky playing. Are they still fighting over there, Ray?
Yeah.
Why?
Ooh.
Why, America? Why?
Earth. Oh, come on, OG. Ain't nothing
You left something. Pimp down.
Like, damn, like, come on.
Shout out to my man Filet.
Somebody stop the war in Ukraine. Like, it's been going on too long, cuz.
That spin move, he was like, get off me.
We got more seasons of the war in Ukraine than we got of the boys.
Okay, don't spoil it for me. I'm still in the middle of the last season, bro.
Oh, okay. So we can talk about it a little bit, Jay, because Ray don't care. Ray ain't never gonna watch it.
Okay.
So how far have you gotten into the last season of the boys?
Okay, so I'm on episode 3. I think.
Okay, good. Yo, Jay, what you think about the way your man A-Train went out?
It was crazy. I wish they didn't do him like that. I understand why they did, but
he went out like a G.
He really did. But I mean, he's still gone.
Look, here's the thing. My thing, Jay, like, I get what they was trying to do with him dodging the lady, because like in the first episode of the boys, spoiler alert, what started this whole thing off is he was high on this performance enhancing drug and killed my boy's girl by running straight through her. So it was a scene that kind of mirrored that, and he got out of the way. Like, I get that moment, Jay, but like to have him trip and fall into the forest, like, okay, I get it. You had to course correct, but you super fast, my boy. You like literally did the Flash from that, not the Flash, Quicksilver from X-Men Days of Future Past joint, where you like adjusted people's bullets and stuff like that. Like, why couldn't you just like do a roll and then get back up and keep running?
But you know what? He kind of did that during the what's it called? The fight where they rescued him. That led to that moment that you're talking about.
You right.
He did. So like,
did I hear talk of the boys?
Only up to episode 3, because I haven't seen the entire season finale or series finale yet.
They did a good job with the way they kind of did A-Train's whole babyface turn.
Yeah, the story arc was pretty cool. You know, being the redemptive arc, you know, was actually pretty cool and put a nice bow on that. But oh man, sad to see him go, but we appreciate it.
Y'all just wait. I already finished the season. Y'all just wait.
Oh, I finished it. Brandon. It's crazy. Jay hadn't finished it yet, though.
Even though I will say the last episode is not my favorite. I will say that.
I will agree. Okay. I will agree.
The cameo heavy one is my favorite one. Without spoilers, the cameo heavy one is my favorite one that season.
Yeah, okay. I'd agree. I'm gonna say though, as much as I would like to think, Jay, and maybe who knows, I might not be. I don't know until I'm in that situation, Ray. But maybe like I'll be in a situation where somebody I've been fighting and like in my mind I've been a little bit scared of, you know, but I finally got the inner courage and strength to overpower that, and they killing me, so like they winning, but at the same time I'm winning because I'm not scared of you killing me while you killing me. Like, it was cool that A-Train was laughing, but at the same time, I don't know if I would have that like thought, Jay Lacey, to be like, you's a punk. You ain't nothing without your powers while he's using his powers to kill you. I don't know if I could be that clairvoyant.
No, I'm wetting my pants.
I'd be like, hey, dog, come on, Homelander. Come on, baby. It's me.
Yeah.
A-Train, baby. Choo-choo. Come on, baby. Don't kill me, Homelander.
We boys, remember?
He might have been resigned already. He's probably already resigned to it.
I'd be like, come on, who's my big homie? Homelander. Homelander, come on, dog. Don't kill me. I'm your only black friend, dog. Don't do it, Homelander.
All bad.
But no, salute. What's the actor's name that plays A-Train? I thought he did a real good job, man.
I'm brain farting, but he is local to the area.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he's from Maryland.
Okay. He gives off like Northeast Anthony Mackie vibes, which is not an insult. Like, that's a compliment.
Let's see.
What's his name, Ray? I know you're looking.
Franklin. Reggie Franklin. No.
Reggie Franklin.
It's no, that's the Reggie Franklin's
Usher.
the
Usher.
name.
I know.
Jussie T. Usher. Yeah.
Jussie T.
Usher.
Usher. Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jussie T. Usher.
Jesse T. Usher. Yeah.
I believe he's from Upper Marlboro.
Okay. Like if you look at him, Ray, like he could definitely play like Sam Wilson's brother in a Marvel movie. Like they fade each other.
They do.
This is a throwback, but he reminds me of the famous Jet Jackson.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to that brother, man.
Yeah.
Yes. That was a good series, man.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day.
Oh, he graduated high school as class salutatorian before moving straight to the dean's list in college, studying culinary arts.
Okay.
Okay. Chef. Okay.
Let him cook.
Oh, still.
Uh-oh.
Good doing. Oh, couldn't get it to fall. Rebound.
Okay, so here's the thing I heard you guys talking about before I came and joined the show. In terms of San Antonio, like let's say they don't win this final series, and you were like, will there be changes made? You know, is anybody up for trade or anything like that? Or is this an OKC situation where somebody thinks they're bigger than the Temptations and they want to go solo? I kind of feel like Stephon Castle might be the one that leaves, either by trade or by his own choice.
Agreed.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't see it. I'm hoping against hope that doesn't happen, because this squad, oh my gosh.
Well, here's the thing, Jay.
Squad is something special, and then they just turn it over.
I think part of the thing about Stephon Castle is I don't know where he fits on this roster. Like he's a really good player, a really good young player, but I don't know. Like he's not a true point.
No.
And you've got Dylan Harper. Right. And is he going to be content to be a third option?
Well, okay. Let me ask you this. What system do you see him working in? Because I think what he's got going on right now, I don't see him in another system where he's actually thriving and winning. You know,
Miami Heat.
With the Heat.
The Heat?
That could be interesting with the Heat.
Oh.
Because I mean, they have a reputation of being hard nosed, of playing hard. So I don't know. I can see him with the Heat if it did come to pass.
That would actually be a smart move for the Heat, I think, because part of, and I get it because Pat Riley is like at an advanced age, I'll say, Jay, to put it nicely. And he's always going after, what they call the whales, like the big free agents. But instead of going after somebody like Giannis, like I would say maybe Stephon Castle, like Pat Riley, you got to be like Hamilton on this, dog. You got to plant a legacy, and that's a seed you will never see. Okay, it ain't about you, Pat.
But okay, so let's just say he goes to Miami.
He's gonna say that.
Be in the same situation. He's gonna be in the same situation in Miami because you got Adebayo, and you also got Tyler Hero. He's going to be a third option.
Well, I'm saying, what about the Grizzlies? They're trying to get rid of Ja Morant. And you have someone who's comparable to Ja Morant, and you don't have the headache of Ja Morant.
Right.
But you still have the capability of Ja Morant. So, the Grizzlies.
That would fit, but I don't think Ja would fit with the Spurs.
Hey, man, San Antonio's an open carry state, brother.
You do a three-team trade.
Oh, yeah.
You do a three-team trade, so that way you don't get Ja.
One.
Man, you know what? I feel like Ja Morant is probably, not to go back to the LeBron conversation, Brandon, but I kind of feel like Ja would have been a good player to have like teamed up with LeBron at some point, much like LeBron and Kyrie. Like that's one thing I'll say about LeBron, man. If he finds a Robin, he love that Robin until either he doesn't love the Robin anymore, or the Robin doesn't love him, or the Robin thinks he's Batman.
That's true.
Like maybe LeBron would have kept Ja out of trouble.
Or the Robin just get traded without even knowing.
I mean,
wait a minute,
hey.
I'm going where?
I mean, that's that Jason Todd. Sometimes you got to get it, my boy. Sometimes. Okay, so they're airing the ESPN Toy Story Super Bowl commercial, and I kind of find it offensive that the Peyton Manning toy is dressed as a Denver Bronco. Like, nah, boy, you a Colt. Okay, here's the thing, Jay. I think I know the answer just because of capitalism and economics. But would you be interested in going to the Super Bowl next year? Next year, yes.
Personally, or or my team. Personally, I'm not interested.
Like, regardless of who goes, would you be interested in going to the Super Bowl?
If it's not for work, no, I'm not interested. And I can tell you the reason why. The reason why is too much traffic, man. I'm a creature of comfort. I mean, put me in front of my big screen, give me my snacks. I ain't gotta fight traffic. I ain't gotta battle. No, once the game is done, if I want to watch the post game, I'm good. If not, I can switch it to whatever.
Where is it? LA. It's LA again this year. This coming year, right?
It's SoFi.
Yeah.
I want to say I've done the LA Super Bowl. I don't mind doing another LA Super Bowl.
I like football. I don't love it. You know what I mean? I like it, but I don't love it. I mean,
you're a Raiders fan, to be fair, Jay.
No, I'm a Steelers fan, man.
You're still up. I'm a potato.
My wife's a Raider fan. That's on her. You know what I'm saying? But
as the great TP Hearn said, peace pipe, crack pipe, man. Same thing.
But to be fair, honestly, if I had a free ticket to go, I'd consider going.
Okay,
but
or you'd go for Nefarious if we got a press pass.
Yeah, exactly. If I had a press pass, and for work, let's go. Other than that, nah, I'm cool.
Have you been to SoFi before, Jay?
Have not. My son's gone. He says it's a great stadium. I want to go at some point. But I haven't gone to that stadium. I have gone to the Vegas house where the Raiders play though. That's probably why you thought I was a Raiders fan.
Who knows, man? You don't know who they're gonna get to play halftime. Look, maybe they get Macklemore to play halftime, brother.
Hey, Ray would be all over that. He would be singing lyric for lyric, bar for bar.
Macklemore could play all of his 3 songs at the halftime, man.
I was gonna say to y'all point. Having gone to a Super Bowl, an LA Super Bowl, as a member of the press, a lot of fun. So I'll just say that.
See, you went at the last one at SoFi?
Yeah, it was like during the just coming out of the pandemic.
Okay. Cool.
It was a couple of years ago that they had it in California, had it in LA.
Was that the Chiefs and 49ers?
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
So it's worth the traffic.
Spectacle.
It's worth the traffic to go through, Brandon.
Can't say that because I was being chauffeured around. I don't want to toot my own horn.
Big time.
You don't know that lifestyle, Ray Williams.
If I had to hook up like Brandon, I might change my mind. If I had me a driver.
Jet flying, limousine riding.
Woo! Had the Escalade pull up.
I was gonna say, put it this way: the celebrity football game was at Pepperdine. If y'all know Pepperdine, Malibu, that was crazy.
Nice.
Blue House indoor.
And shoot, just coming off of the pandemic too, I know people was happy to be outside.
Oh, I'm sure.
Hell yeah!
I am sure.
You know what's crazy, Ray? I just thought about this the other day, man. Like, granted, it's 3 years away, but like we're almost 3 years away from the 10-year anniversary of the pandemic, dog. That's
Comes
insane.
at you fast. It's just, yeah.
Like it still feels like the pandemic was like last year, 2 years
A
ago.
few years ago, yeah, right.
Maybe because we have the same person in the White House that, you know, I ain't gonna finish my thought, Ray. I ain't gonna finish my thought. Sports is supposed to bring us together, Ray. Shout out to Adam Silver.
You gave them all this mercy with you guys finding common ground.
Speaking of common ground in the presidential grounds, Ray, you gonna be out there this weekend?
Ooh.
I'll be there. I was thinking of going to the press conference on Friday, and then Saturday I'll be there for the weigh-ins.
So what's the main event, Ray? What's the main event of Freedom 250?
So the undisputed lightweight championship will be on the line between the lightweight champ Ilya Topuria and the interim lightweight champ Justin Gaethje.
Okay, so Ray, as an MMA casual at this point in my life, and this is not to disparage America, you know, on his 250th birthday.
America.
But that's what you giving me as a birthday present, America? Damn. You ain't giving me no John Jones. You ain't giving me no Brock Lesnar out of retirement. You ain't giving me no Anderson Silva. No Fedor. Like pull one of these old dudes out of retirement.
Well, it wasn't out of lack of trying from what we heard. It's been back and forth. John Jones says they reached out. Dana White says he was never an option, but we all know how Dana White be lying. And
who's old boy from California with the cleft in his chin? Bring him back, dog.
Uriah Faber.
Bring back Uriah Faber on these streets, cuz.
California kid.
Yeah, my brother affectionately calls butt chin.
Booty chin, yes. Bring back Uriah Faber, man. Josh Koscheck, where you at, cuz?
You going way
Shout
back.
out to Josh Koscheck, man.
And then
Daniel Cormier, get out of retirement, man. Put that snack down.
And then Connor
signing somebody, dog.
I think there were rumors of Connor coming back, but then
we don't
he's
want
been
that.
announced to come back in July.
We don't want that.
Everybody else but
that's
Connor.
The line. That's the line I draw, man.
Josh
we don't
Koscheck, but Connor though. Come on.
We don't Connor. No, Connor, no.
Tito Ortiz, okay. Connor,
Tito,
no.
yeah, Tito, maybe. Rampage Jackson, come on in, dog. Chuck Liddell, what you doing, boy? Tito Ortiz. Ken Shamrock, you got one more fight left than you can. You got one more. Randy Couture, come on, Captain America. Come on, dog.
I think they tried, and I think they were bound to have people disappointed because of the way they were kind of hyping it up.
Mm-hmm.
I think there were rumors that Trump wanted 7 title fights. It was like, ain't no way 7.
God,
ain't no way.
He gonna sleep through 3 of them.
At least.
Them prelims take forever.
But
somebody get him a blankie. My gosh.
But yeah, I just think it's a decent card.
Yeah,
but
it feels like one of them fight night cards, not like a real pay-per-view type card.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Somebody get Kevin Randleman on the phone. RIP. I think he's gone.
He's at the upper room.
Yeah. And then
Bob Sapp, where you at, cuz?
I just think and also especially considering now, I thought this was going to be on CBS, but it turns out it's not going to be on CBS. It's
going to be on CBN, the Christian Broadcasting Network with Kid Rock.
It's gonna be on Turning Point USA.
Turning Point USA.
You thought that halftime show was something. Stick around for UFC.
Intermission brought to you by the 700 Club.
Is Pat Robertson still alive? Is Pat still with us?
Oh, that's a good question. Hey, look that up. Be like,
I'm gonna
the
take
corner cams brought to
I'm
you.
gonna take the under on that one.
You taking the under on that,
I'm
Jay?
taking the under on that one.
I don't know if DraftKings got odds for Pat Robertson.
We're not sponsored by DraftKings or Kalshi.
Or what was it?
BetMGM.
The new one, the Poly Market.
Polymarket.
Prize Picks.
Now, Pat Robertson has left from consciousness in 2023.
Oh dang! R.I.P.
R.I.P.
You know what's crazy though? Here's the thing. Like, I don't. Is Brandon still with us? Is Brandon gone?
I think he's still disembodied.
Okay, shout
Oh
out to
no,
Brandon.
he's gone. He's gone.
Okay, shout out to Brandon, man. Like, I appreciate. Hopefully, the brother comes back, but if not, we understand, man. Appreciate Brandon Troy rocking with us, man,
Yes,
for this finals live watch. But here's the thing, Ray. I think yes, there is some humor, some ironic humor in this, but imagine, dog, if you Pat Robertson, and yeah, you did a lot of dirt, Pat Robertson. We know what you did, Pat Robertson. But outwardly to the world, you just spent your whole life telling people, I've been doing good stuff in the name of the Lord. And imagine you get to the pearly gates and they're like, we don't believe you. You need more people. Like, how would that feel to your spirit as it is cast up out of heaven, Ray Williams?
The embarrassment?
Yes. Just you walking back with your head hung low as Prince is just like, I knew he wasn't gonna get in. And then Michael's like, Prince, don't be mean.
And as Michael's throwing them out, you got Della Reese singing "Touched by an Angel."
I watched too much CBN when I was growing up, Ray. They even had like Christian Sesame Street. And I ain't talking VeggieTales, man. Because a lot of people know like VeggieTales sold out. They was like too mainstream for the church I was in. You know what I'm saying? VeggieTales was too secular, Jay, for the church I was in, brother. I'm talking about we had our own Sesame Street that we would watch. It was this little Tubi version of Ernie looking dude called Gerbert. I don't know if nobody remember. Ray, pull up a picture of Gerbert CBN. Pull up a picture of this man Gerbert and put him on the Summer Jam stage, dog.
First of all, my man's name is Gerbert.
This man, that's probably they're like Ernie, Bert, Gerbert. Gerbert's great. Go with Gerbert, Pat.
Grover, Ernie, Bert. Okay,
but Gerbert was like this bootleg Ernie from Bert and Ernie on Sesame Street, and he was just like, I just want to be friends with you and tell you what Jesus is going to do. And even as a kid, I was like, I don't know, Gerb. Things is rough in these streets, man. Look at Gerbert, man. Look at Gerbert. Looking like Larry Holmes, flabby and sick.
He look like he allergic to something. Look like he allergic to everything. My boy, your socks. What are you doing?
Look, Gerbert,
so much bigger.
Gerbet?
He's French. That's what it was.
What's wrong with you, Gerbet?
I knew it the whole time. This brother was French. That's why I didn't like him, Ray.
Your assault against the French continue.
Victor's like, that's my favorite show, Gerbet. Me and Rudy Gobert watched that when we was kids. Gerbert, man, come on, dog. And then Gerbert had the nerve to steal. Like, I know, like, come on, man. It's in the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not steal. At the end of Gerbert's theme song, he's like, I just want to have a happy day with you. At the end of the song, right, he look at the camera and be like, boo, boo, be doo. And we're like, no, nigga, that's Betty Boop. That's Betty Boop, nigga. Where you get that from, Gerbert? Where you get that from, Gerbert?
Who you fooling?
But
Like, come
VeggieTales
on,
was too
man.
secular.
Yeah, VeggieTales was too secular for my church, dog. That's how we was. They're like, no, these songs are too happy. They are way too happy. But yeah, Gerbert, man, we had a dude named. All right, Ray, let's do it again. Let's run it back. Going to school. Most kids, man, you know what I'm saying? Jay, Ray, y'all watch your little cartoons for school. Maybe you watch, if you had a more strict parent in the household, you might have watched like Sesame Street or Mr. Rogers or whatever. But a lot of kids watch cartoons before they went to school, man. We ain't get to watch cartoons when I was coming up, Ray Williams. We watched a show called Gospel Bill, okay? Gospel Bill was a cowboy, okay? Not a Dallas cowboy, not an urban cowboy, a literal cowboy in the wild, wild west trying to preach the word of Jesus to the heathens that lived in his town. And there was this dude named Nicodemus who was the town drunk, and Gospel Bill would be like, come on, Nick, you got to put down that liquor, brother. Show the people Gospel Bill on these streets, Ray Williams. Put Gospel Bill on the Summer Jam stage.
I'm out. So before you went to school, you got this cowboy talking to a wino.
Yes, cowboy talking to a wino. There, look, Jay. There was not a convenience store. It was like a general store, right? Okay. And the lady that ran the general stores, her name was like Miss Lily, and Miss Lily was a little bit too flirtatious with Gospel Bill. I'm like, we ain't never seen Gospel Bill with no wife or no kids. They doing stuff in the back of the general store. I ain't want to put that on Gospel Bill, but that's the vibe I got as a kid eating my Eggo waffle before I went to school, Ray Williams. Show this man Gospel Bill to the American public. Let it be shown.
I have not heard of this one. This is crazy.
I think his real name was Bill something, but like he was Gospel Bill on the show. And then, like, the dude that played Nicodemus was cold, though. He's a bad dude because he can actually sing. Yes, Gospel Bill. Come on, dog.
Hilarious.
Gospel Bill.
That's hilarious.
This man would teach you all you needed to know about the Bible before you got on the school bus and went to public school. Gospel Bill.
Oh, just straight up pushed. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how you know this game is not that entertainment. Not only we broke out the Jordan versus LeBron, but now we're talking about Gerbert and Gospel Bill.
Gerbert and Gospel Bill. I might have a third one if this game keeps getting out of hand.
Hey, do you remember Psalmy, that blue psalm book?
Oh, Psalmy. Okay, I remember Psalmy. Ray, put Psalmy on the Summer Jam stage. No, actually, it was Salty. Psalty. Salty, the Christian songbook. Put Salty on the Summer Jam stage, Ray.
Okay, so the only reason why I remember this is because I got sick one year, like a few years back, and I thought I was having a fever dream because I remember them vividly. Okay. And I'm like, nah. And so my sister was like, yeah, that's the real thing. I was like,
Salty, the living songbook.
Yep.
Yeah, don't mind us, Brandon. This game is getting out of hand, so we going down a rabbit hole of 80s and 90s and early 2000s random Christian kids programs. After you look up Salty, I got one more for you, Ray. And this may have been a GOAT of Christian programming. It was a show with these kids, right? They were just regular kids, but then they found this book, Ray. Okay. You got salt. Yes. Salty, the living songbook was on these streets. Salty. Come on, y'all. But then, Ray.
He was in Blueface.
Yes, he was in Blueface. It's cultural appropriation. But Ray, there was a show called Superbook, okay?
Ooh, I remember.
Come on now. These kids had this book, and it was weird because it was a book, but when they opened it up, it was a computer. Like, how you get this computer in this book, random children in the Midwest? And when they tapped in the code, Ray, it would take them to biblical events, and they would go and see David versus Goliath. They would see Samson and Delilah. They would see Noah and the Ark, and it was a time-traveling book called the Superbook, and they had a robot that helped them with the Superbook, and the robot was like a wind-up robot that didn't run on batteries, and so when the wind-up like ran out, I don't know how that works, like the robot would like die and they had to wind them back up again. It was called Superbook, Ray. And then the one time, yes, Superbook. The one time Superbook had like this weird random cliffhanger, Ray. They went to the crucifixion, okay?
Oh.
Because they could change all these other events in the history of the Bible. I'm like, I don't think you should be able to change the biblical events if this is a Bible, if this is a Bible show. But they went and they tried to change the crucifixion, and I don't know if this was sacrilegious or what, Ray, or blasphemous, or other words Stephen A. Smith would use. But Jesus, white Jesus, of course, looked down at them from the cross when they was trying to change the events of history, and white Jesus was like, "Nah, fam, I got this." Superbook. And I'm like, y'all just going, I don't know what is going on here. Superbook. Like, what lesson am I supposed to learn as a young child watching this show? Is it that Jesus did what he had to do? Is it that we can't help Jesus? Like, what are you trying to tell me, TV show? But yes, Christian TV was wild.
They were trying to say that it was a Nexus event.
Yes, Jesus is a Nexus character, much like the Scarlet Witch. You can't take him out of history. Jesus and Wanda Maximoff was like this. like even as a kid, Ray, I'm like, when Jesus looked down at them from the cross and was like, "Nah, I'm good. The ball was off me, coach." I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if this is a good message for children. What do you? I looked at my mom at the breakfast table and I was like, I don't like this cartoon. And she was like, yeah, it's messed up. And then she turned on Looney Tunes. I was like, cool. We here. We back. Put Bugs Bunny on it to cleanse the palate.
Speaking of we back, Knicks only down 10 points.
What?
Yeah, man.
Jalen Brunson's in the huddle. People out there talking about Christian TV from the 90s, man. We got to do something. Let's go, Knicks. Let's go. Bing bong.
Yeah, maybe y'all should have called it in that first half, huh?
Man, that's why I held back on the insurmountable. Right? I knew something was going to happen.
Wow.
I had a feeling.
Is Fergie in the building tonight?
Man. If she is, I hope she's not singing the national anthem.
Let's play some basketball.
Oh, poor Fergie.
I think that was the end of her career.
I think that was. Like, we ain't really heard from Fergie since then.
That was a nail in the coffin.
My goodness.
Like the Black Eyed Peas was just like, yeah, that's it. That's the end. we can't even come back from this, guys.
They thought they would have one more, and then she saw that and was like, you know what?
Your boy's like, no, Will, we can do this. Come on, we can come back. No, Apple, we can't do it, man. It's over for us, brother. Dabu, listen, Dabu already got his job posted on LinkedIn.
Hilarious.
Ooh.
We literally had like 90 minutes of the most random conversations around this game, and now it's getting interesting.
Yeah.
Final 6 minutes of the game.
Is this a WCW pay-per-view from like 99? What are we doing?
Our conversation keeping me from pulling a Trump. I've been awake this whole time.
Ray's like, I gotta watch Superbook, man. It had a sister series called The Flying House, which was like not as good as Superbook.
Oh.
Like, instead of having the book to go back to biblical times, they just stayed in the house and the house flew to the Bible times. It's like that's not how architecture works.
Not at all.
I like My Friend Martin.
Yes.
Oh.
Yo, it was rough out there in them streets, man.
Dang, I showed that to my kids because I teach high schoolers who are certificate bound and so they're not diploma bound. So for MLK, like MLK week, I just showed My Friend Martin to him. And then that was hitting my head too. I'm like, wait a minute, how did they touch this baseball glove and end up in the 19?
See, Ray, I'm not trying to tell you how to teach your kids, Ray. But next time you run My Friend Martin, you got to hit a double feature and then hit it with My Friend Martin and then Brother Future. Y'all remember that one?
Never heard of it.
So Brother Future was the one where the kid, a young black kid, kept falling asleep in class, and they were going over like slavery and stuff. And the teacher was like, "Remember, if we don't learn lessons from history, we're doomed to repeat them." And he falls asleep and wakes up, and he's a slave, but he's from the future. And so he got to try to help the slaves rebel. And then, like at the end, it's crazy because they actually kill the slaves in this movie. And then he wakes up like right with like his best friend that was a slave died. And he's like, "No, I should have done more. I should have done more." And then he wakes up and the teacher's like, "Jeffrey, is there something you need to say?" "We need to do more." And then it's just like, Brother Future. Like, I don't know. I don't know educational. Like, I don't know if it was like the, what was it, WEBT or WVBT or whoever, like that company in Massachusetts that put out all the educational programming. I think it was one of their movies. Brother Future.
Oh, man.
It was like a really depressing ending. Like, that's not what you want to show the kids as a substitute when the real teacher ain't dead. Like, hey, kids, let's watch Brother Future.
That's an easy paycheck, though.
An easy paycheck, but it takes a withdrawal from your soul. Like, my boy just woke up. We need to do more. It had like this. I think they were going for like the Spike Lee School Days ending where Lawrence Fishburne is like, "Please wake up," and he was like, "We got to do more," but it just didn't hit the same way. Brother Future. Thank God for Big E for putting out stuff like the Ruby Bridges cartoon, so now kids don't have to watch depressing stuff like we used to.
Shout out to him for that. Wow.
Oh. Woo! Finally. You forget about De'Aaron Fox on this team.
And he's not even 100% right now.
Yeah. Like swipe. How old is De'Aaron Fox? Is he like 27? I know he was real young with the Kings.
Let me see.
I always like Swiper.
He's 28.
28? Okay. He still got a couple prime years left. If he can stay healthy.
Golly. Now New York is on their feet.
Taylor Swift brought him back.
Taylor Swift bring him back, but Benson and Stabler couldn't bring him back.
Oh! Ooh. 4-point game, ladies and gentlemen.
3 minutes remain.
Bing bong.
This ain't it.
Oh,
this is crazy. Why are you settling for 3-pointers? Wimby, if you don't get your big French ass in the post,
that's what
for real.
That's what I was telling Jay. It's like he can be agile for his size and all that stuff, but man, if you don't get down there and do the dirty work and be the big man instead of
this the time of the game, get in the post and close it out, Wimby.
Right.
Seriously, if you don't be that 7-foot monster that God called you to be,
it goes back to youth.
Oh no! Oh, he missed it.
I don't even know who I'm rooting for right now. Oh! Damn! You'll find out in 15 seconds, Ray.
I'm at 1minute and 47 seconds.
Wow.
104, 103 on my end.
Okay.
Oh!
Wow. Come on, man. Come on. Wow. Wimby, get your ass in the post, man. God ain't give you 7 feet of height to be out here on the perimeter. You ain't Trey Young. You don't get your big ass in that post, dog.
7'5". Stop playing like you 5'5".
I'm a perimeter player.
Oh
my goodness.
And again, to think this was 30 points, y'all. Just
Yeah.
Just saying.
Y'all
about to call it.
Ray, I'm glad you didn't hit the button, Ray.
I'm glad I didn't even. I would have looked like a fool. He missed at the line. What?
Wow.
Come on, Wimby.
Did the Superbook kids come back and change the outcome of this game?
I think the controller's fixed now. They put new batteries in it.
It was like, no, we couldn't help Jesus, but we can help Jalen.
Hey, it could be having a 6-man situation.
When we talk, when you talk about with the Giants and the Patriots,
Marlon Wayne's career,
the 6-man,
yeah,
K all the way.
What y'all know about that?
The 6-man and the Angels in the outfield.
There's too many angels on the court.
Too many angels.
What are you doing?
Angel Reese out there now.
Wow, look at that.
Oh my God.
1:22.
Wow, I was laughing in New York. Now I'm laughing in San Antonio. I'm laughing at everybody.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
The Garden is on their feet.
This is crazy. Stop setting up the 3-pointers.
He's not gonna lose the ball.
Wow.
Ball 4 seconds.
Them big fat women in San Antonio real nervous right now, Ernie.
Look at
they eating the extra churro.
John Starks is livid.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you somebody who is not a big fat woman in San Antonio that's nervous right now. Shout out to the good sis Thunder Rosa, man. I know Thunder Rosa, like, you know what? I can't even watch this right now.
Shout out to the RZA.
See, that's what it was. Wu-Tang got them back into this.
So you saying it was Cardi B's fault?
Now, I think Cardi B couldn't overcome the Trump curse.
Okay, okay, I get it. Wow, this is ridiculous.
This is stupid.
Oh my
goodness. Hold on, Ray. Because you know my biggest sports conspiracy theory, right?
What's that?
You know it, Ray. Don't act like you don't know. We talked about it like a month ago.
Did we talk about it?
With Atlanta?
Remind me. Atlanta.
And Tom Brady?
Oh.
I believe, Brandon, that 28-3 comeback was a plot by the government. That's the only sports conspiracy theory I believe. So what if Donald Trump was like, they booed me. The Knicks lost. Adam Silver, you got to make it right. What if this is all a plot to take our minds off of what's going on in Iran and Ukraine, apparently? You ain't slick 45-47. This is crazy. Wow.
Oh, man. Still 1 point lead for the Knicks.
I know DraftKings going crazy right now with them real-time bets.
And again, I don't want to rub it in, y'all. Y'all are about to call it.
I was about to bury him. I really was.
Saying.
I had my shovel right here. I had the plot picked out and everything. They was buried to me.
Brandon, there's a difference between about to and actually call.
Go ahead. Hey, go ahead with that.
I borrowed Triple H's golden shovel. I was about to bury him. They were done.
But if they would have went into the third quarter 20 points down instead of 15 points down, I would have called. But I was like, oh.
And see, look, this game got me breaking out the hard stuff now, Ray. Got the damn PBR like I'm a second-year sophomore studying anthropology.
How doggone Nas on the same row as Taylor Swift? That don't make sense.
Ether, Taylor's version.
Ether.
That's hilarious.
All right.
Come on, man. Don't be settling for them weak stuff.
Rebound. Foul. Foul.
Come on, Pop didn't teach you to play like that. If I was Pop, I'd be like, no, Mitch, you got to sit down. I'm coaching the rest of the game, dog.
Like Pat Riley.
You ain't doing this to me, Mitch.
Like Pat Riley was like, Stan, you got to go.
Yeah. Like, why are they settling for these jumpers, man? I get it's that's how the modern NBA is, but damn, if you got a 7-foot alien, tell him to get his big ass in the paint, man.
All right, tied up.
I'll take blame for that based off of Steph Curry. Everybody want to be Steph Curry.
Don't you mean Caitlin Clark? I guess she's the new Steph Curry, apparently.
Wow.
It's the insult. Here's the thing. No disrespect to the young lady. It's an insult that they compare her to Steph. Because to me, and this is no insult to Trey, because I love Trey when he was in Atlanta. To me, Caitlin Clark is more Trey Young than Steph Curry. If you look at a game.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah,
and you can win with Trey. You can win with Trey, but there is a ceiling to what you can do with Trey Young.
It's considering the consistency, yeah.
Like Steph is a whole nother category. Steph is the second greatest player to ever come out of the Cleveland, Ohio area. All right, so we in commercial break. We watching these Wingstop ads. Last chance. Who you got? Final 30 seconds of the game. Brandon, who you got?
Don't do this to me.
I thought it was already obvious at this point.
Okay, Brandon, Bing Bong Brandon out here. Jay Lacey, who you got, man?
I started with the Spurs. I'm gonna ride with the Spurs.
Okay, Ray, who you got?
Because if they lose, it's a wrap.
Yeah, I think Spurs are gonna hold on as well.
Okay, so we got 2 for Spurs. We got 1 for Knicks. You know what? Much like Agent K at the end of that last Men in Black movie that was good, we don't count MIB International. I'm in New York. I'm gonna go with Brandon and the Knicks. I think the Knicks. You can't. Like, I seen this before, Ray. I seen it with the Falcons. The Knicks gonna close it out.
Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing, Jay. Don't say nothing, Jay. Don't say nothing.
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil this live game that we're all watching.
No spoilers.
That I got a 10-second delay on.
Ain't nobody thinking about that Tony Kukoc internet. Got the Vlade Divac package. Oh! Wow.
Oh my that was goodness. The dumbest thing goodness. Ever. You should have held on to the ball.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
The youth is exposed. The youth is exposed right now.
The Spurs, yeah. Why not just
score? You didn't
pull it back, let them foul you.
Yep, run around.
Wow.
Run the clock down.
Not to steal Antoine Dotson's gimmick, but you are so dumb.
Who was that? Stephon? Yeah, Stephon. Yeah.
Stephon. Look, that's why Stephon Castle about to have a new address next year. Damn. All you had to do was pull it back, kid. Let them come to you and foul you. At worst, you make 1 out of 2.
Was that Cass or was it Fox?
That was Fox. Fox ran it down.
It was Fox. You too grown to be making that
Fox.
mistake, De'Aaron.
Now you flipped it around.
He wanted his finals moment. He was like, "It's your time. It's De'Aaron's time to shine."
Billy Bob Thornton, if you don't get off my screen.
And the Knicks was like, "Swiper, no swiping," and De'Aaron was like, "Oh man." Why wouldn't you, De'Aaron? You a vet, dog. You the only vet on this team, quite frankly.
For real. And again, he's
the game experience, yeah.
He's 28. Only
like, stop it. Wow. Y'all deserve to lose. If the Spurs lose, they deserve to lose.
Yeah.
Like Booker T, I
That'd
deserve
be 2
that
games
stunner,
they gave
dog.
away. That would be 2 games they gave away.
That's why I was thinking it was backcourt. Oh.
KD Thunder.
5.7 seconds to go, Ray Williams.
So lucky.
No way.
Or 15.7 seconds for Ray's internet. Ray got 2 possessions left.
Bruh. Nah, I think I caught up.
You caught up. Tony Kukoc was like, speed it up, Vladdy, speed it up.
Brandon caught me. Brandon caught me.
KD Thunder all the way, baby.
Oh my goodness, Ray. Oh my goodness.
That's all I know. Way.
Thunder all the way.
Wow. That, ladies and gentlemen, this is why we waited to do our live watches until game 4.
This is insane. That's insane.
29 down, gentlemen.
Wow.
29.
Wow.
Come on, bro.
Wimby, if you don't get your ass in the post.
29.
Wimby, I know Larry David in the audience, but you better curb your enthusiasm and get in the post.
29. I'm sorry. I gotta rub that joint in. I'm sorry.
I know Spike Lee is out there, Wimby, but do the right thing. Or you gonna have the Mo Better Blues.
Anunoby just came through the middle with the tip in.
Ejectocito, cuz.
He's been an unsung hero, man. I ain't gonna lie. He's been an unsung hero through a lot of these series that they've been playing.
Goodness.
Wow, that's crazy. Look at that.
Wow.
Move
It's
Taylor
not over,
Fans
though,
out
ladies
the
and
way,
gentlemen.
please.
It's not over.
You right.
Wow.
We still got
I don't know,
1.2.
man. I just don't know.
Wow. If the Spurs lose, if the Spurs end up losing,
29,
it's over.
gentlemen.
It's over. The series is over. If the Spurs lose tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
1.2 seconds. Oh my
Throw
goodness.
it up to Wimby. Get in there, Wimby.
Get your big ass in the post. Your big French ass in the post, cuz.
I would have been mad if y'all went to sleep and woke up the next morning like, they did what?
Wow.
It's hard to shoot the ball with both hands around your throat.
Ladies and gentlemen.
At halftime.
Ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey.
Brandon kept the faith. Hey, shout out to
Ray,
you, Brandon, man.
About to get us kicked off the air, Ray. Look at this. Look at this, San Antonio. Look at what you could have had.
Look at this. What's more demoralizing than that? To be up 29 and to lose the game. I don't know.
Hey, just hand him the
Bing
tip
bong.
now.
Hey.
I don't know, man.
We done. We're done.
That's the series right
That's
there.
the series right there, dog. That's it.
the
It's over.
series.
Hey,
Yep.
just like the Beehive, we
Nice
don't take
little
no
gentleman
jive.
sleep.
We
Nice
all the
little
way
gentleman
live.
sleep on the way.
Knicks and Fox.
It's over. It's over.
Nice little gentleman sweep. I'm sorry, that's heartbreaking.
It's
Someone
over.
plays basketball to be up 29 and still lose that joint.
It's over.
Nah.
Hey Ray,
that's
get
it,
your
bro.
insurmountable ready, but for the Knicks,
Yes,
this
Ray, get the
lead is
insurmountable button for the
insurmountable.
series.
Oh,
The series is a wrap.
we call it before the tip off. We call it.
We
just
calling it right now, Ray. Hit the button.
It's
a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Over.
29.
Wow. Hey, you know what? Falcons, we off the hook now, baby. We off the hook.
They gonna break up these Spurs, y'all. They ain't staying together. They gonna break them up.
Castle, you gone, cuz.
They gonna break them up. They ain't staying together.
De'Aaron Fox, you the vet. You the vet. You gone, brother.
Yeah.
Man.
Fox,
Pop getting rid of all of y'all.
Castle, both gone. They gonna
everybody
keep
but Wemby. Wemby and Harper.
Mitch Johnson's gone.
Pop is like Thanos. I'll do it myself.
Looking ahead, Cash is gonna be so pissed off that they lost the series that he's probably gonna think that the grass is greener somewhere else.
Yep. Greg Popovich is booking a flight to Costa Rica right now to get some stem cells so he can coach next year.
Nice.
Mitch Johnson, it's over. It's over, brother.
Back to the bench.
Gauntlet with all his rings on it.
Wow.
Popovich gonna come in with the radio playing Outcast. Hush that fuss. Mitch, get your back.
Mitch Johnson moved to the back of the bus. look. Mike Brown on the Knicks sideline looking like Pinky and next Friday. Like, whew, motherfucker had me scared for a minute, but I held my cool. Mike Brown just saved his job. Damn.
Oh my God.
That is crazy. Wemby. That's on your legacy, Wemby.
Oh my goodness.
You ain't never gonna get past Jordan and LeBron with that type of effort, Wemby.
Coach Cal out there.
Didn't find a body.
Wow, Wemby.
Let's face killer. Is that lit, brother? You can't be smoking in the garden, brother. Oh my goodness. Nobody boxed him out. He just
That's crazy. No, Ernie, you can't be 7 foot tall and not go in there and get the rebound. It's like them big fat women in San Antonio. When they drop a churro, they pick it up, Ernie. This is unacceptable from Wemby, Ernie.
You was silly.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
We talk about how the new NBA is not like the old NBA, where you had to go through trials and tribulations before you ascended, like Jordan did against the Celtics and the Pistons before he ascended, like LeBron did before he ascended, like Kobe did before he ascended. Woo! This gonna stick with Wemby for a long time if they lose this one.
Really?
They lose this series. That's on Wemby.
In his second year, you just said they were playing with house money.
They playing with house money, but now it's looking kind of funny, Ray.
Playing with that funny money.
They playing with that funny money.
That Monopoly money.
Here's the thing, Ray. It's not if they lost the series, because again, like I said, I
still say the pressure is more on the Knicks than it is on the Spurs.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Because
I think in the grand scheme of things, you're right, Brandon.
To get to this point and to be up 2-0, and then to have the outing that they had in Game 3, they had to have a response this game.
I think you're right, Brandon. But in the grand scheme of things, I think the meta pressure, if you will, is on Wemby, because they had a chance to tie it up, get to 2-2, and if they get to 2-2, I think they had the momentum heading into San Antonio. Now it's looking real slim that they're gonna win this series, and so it just puts like Wemby's ascension behind a year. And again, I thought they were playing with house money because they're a really young team, but the way they played in Game 3, I was like, damn, if they beat them in Game 4 and they came out and they had it. It's not like it was close back and forth the whole game. You had them dudes like just thinking about Game 5, and you let them back in it. And that's on your watch, Wemby. Because
I
you
don't
like
know,
the
because
leader of the
we have
new
a lot.
school.
We have a couple of teams that are in the mix going into next season. I mean, people, unfortunately, already write off teams just because, and this is for actually further testament to arguments that we make about GOATs of consecutively winning and showing just how hard it is to consecutively win year after year. But I digress. That we have teams that are right there. Like, even though they didn't win this year, the Thunder could easily come back and win another title.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey,
people sleep
look.
on the Celtics. The Celtics had a
Celtics gonna be
horrible.
back.
Celtics are going to be back.
Look, it's a coincidence. I'm wearing these colors, Brandon. But Cleveland, if Cleveland
goes back to Cleveland,
that's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a problem.
I'm saying, and they don't lose anybody.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Cleveland in the mix. The Spurs are going to be right there. Obviously,
we don't know what Denver's gonna do.
Exactly. It's going to be a very interesting season.
Wow.
Damn, Ray. You put all this dirt on the Knicks, man. You buried them. You talk about I'm gonna go to bed so I can get up and be rested for work tomorrow. This ain't no game, y'all. What you got to say now, Ray?
Some part of me wishes that you did go to sleep
and woke up.
You go wake up the next morning.
Like what happened?
What happened? Them damn Superbook kids, Superbook, changing history. What you got to say now, Ray?
I'll say this. So, Brother Nate, I'm sure you're familiar with my friend Rich Obando. He's super Knicks fan. Who's also
I know Rich was real quiet for about 3 hours tonight.
Yeah. So
Rich ain't say shit to you all night, Ray.
I gave him the link. I gave him the link if he wanted to join. This was at 9:31. I really appreciate the invite, but this doesn't look good at all.
Don't be scared, Rich. Don't be scared.
And then I said, I understand. I'll let you have your space. LOL. There's always game 5. And then at 10:14, yeah, putting in sub plans now.
Wow. So he ain't even showing up to work tomorrow. Talking about Big Bone. Shout out to Rich, man. He joined us last year for the finals watch.
Hopefully he'll be able to join us for game 5 on Saturday.
Hopefully Rich will be sober by game 5. I don't know if Rich drinks.
Hopefully not. I think that'll give us the best content, I think.
Oh man. All right. So let's start wrapping up, fellas, man. But this is crazy. This is crazy what we just watched. Let's go around the horn one last time. Let's start with Jay. Jay was obviously this was not the outcome we expected an hour ago. But I don't know why, Brandon. I feel like Steve Kornacki or one of them people on MSNBC after the election go the other way. We didn't expect this outcome, but the voters have spoken, Jay. How does America move forward now? Like Lawrence O'Donnell.
Yeah, not the black
or the blue sky.
The black and blue.
Wow.
Yeah, man, I really don't see the Spurs coming back from this one at all, man. This, bro, at one point they have 30 points, only to lose
30.
Yikes! Yeah, that's rough. That plane ride back home, that's gonna be rough. It's gonna be
Pop
tough.
ain't giving them no peanuts, no ginger ale, no snacks, no water,
no cookies.
Y'all just sit in silence. No cookies.
Nothing.
Victor, you can't have no baguettes. None of that.
No beignets.
No beignets. No croissants. None of that.
Croissants are for winners.
What's the breakfast pastry they got that's pretty good? The crepes. No crepe Suzette. You can't have none of that, Victor. Bread and water. Bread and water,
Yes.
23-hour shoe program. All of y'all.
Take this Wonder Bread
Brandon.
and like it.
Brandon, man, what a daggone game we just watched, brother. The Knicks, much like the Undertaker meme, rose from the dead and won tonight. And the Spurs, I don't know if Saul Ruka was in attendance tonight, but I think the Spurs might have just had their soul snatched, brother. What do you think going forward in this series?
Again, I'll say it again. The Knicks have shown time and time again resilience in all the series that they've had throughout the regular season, multiple times being down double figures, having games where people thought that the game was already done and they end up winning the game. As I said, if it was any other opponent that they were up against from the East, I would have called and said, yeah. But the Knicks are a resilient team. What can I say? Going back to the comparisons and the comps that I had of this further, I feel like highlights or exemplifies my point of comping them to, like I said, that KD Thunder team.
Okay, I like it, Brandon. And hopefully, you could join us at some point for the rest of the series if you got the time, brother. Love the conversation tonight, my man. Ray, while I give my thoughts, I need you to bring somebody back for an encore on the Summer Jam stage. I need you to bring this man Gerbert back up on these streets because I needed to illustrate a point I'm about to say. Because, yeah, like you got to give all credit in the world to the Knicks for the heart that they showed in this. The Spurs, like, yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy. Like, again, and I'm not just saying this because I'm an Atlanta Falcons fan, but I think, I don't know, it's comparable. It's apples to oranges a little bit, Jay. But this feels the most I've ever felt outside of that Super Bowl to that Super Bowl, where something was so decidedly in hand and then it was out of your hands. To the point, Ray, where we was talking about a fictional stuffed bootleg Tubi version of Bert and Ernie from the late 80s and early 90s named Gerbert on the Christian Broadcasting Network. That's what we were talking about an hour and a half ago, ladies and gentlemen, instead of the damn game, because the game was that out of hand. We talking about this man Gerbert, who looks like he's allergic to everything. This man, this bootleg Bert and Ernie. We talking about that instead of basketball. Look, not to steal from my VA contemporary Allen Iverson. We talking about Gerbert, man. Not the games. Not the games. We talking about Gerbert. Gerbert? Matter of fact, I might put this episode out tomorrow, Ray, and use that as the title. We talking about Gerbert, man. Because never in the history of my broadcasting and podcasting career have I ever brought up this man Gerbert. Because there was never any reason to bring up Gerbert, except for tonight. Because an NBA Finals game was a 29-point blowout. That's when you break out the Gerbert material, Ray. But damn it, if these Knicks didn't step up, show out. You got to give them credit, man. Like you could say the Spurs made mistakes, but the Knicks had to force them into making some of those mistakes. So bing bong, New York. Enjoy your night. Don't destroy the city. We still got a series to play. But yeah, this is going to be fun, man. I'm excited to see what happens when we get back to San Antonio and them big fat women in the churros, Ray. Ray Williams, you have been the host of so many of our live watches, Ray, so I'll give you the last word on the game, as it were. And I'm going to ask you the question that I'm sure Greeny will be asking Monica McNutt tomorrow morning at 7:45 on Get Up. Monica, was this a Spurs choke or was it a great Knicks comeback? Which was it?
And I think I'll be like Monica and say it was a little bit of both. I cop out. I think it was a little bit of both. I think it's just we saw in the first half the way Wemby was able to get the calls. It felt like he was kind of having a maturation point, a turning point. And it seemed to be getting away from the Knicks. But as Brandon stated, as all of us stated earlier before, never count the Knicks out. They came back. I believe they had a large lead earlier in these playoffs, or a large They were down a large deficit earlier in these playoffs. Came back. They went on a 20-2 run in the last game and pulled within striking range to win that game. So never count the Knicks out. I think San Antonio will take the next game, but I think the series is definitely in the hands of the Knicks. I think, I think it's the Knicks to lose. I would say that. So
okay. All right, but you know what? We're not gonna lose, Ray. Is our excitement for Game 5, a pivotal Game 5, Ray. All these games is pivotal, but a pivotal Game 5 in the NBA Finals. Who will be the one to finally hoist the Larry O'Brien Trophy this year? We're gonna find out. Like, we're not gonna know on Game 5, but we'll have a better idea. So before we get out of here, let's go around the horn one last time and shout out some plugs or anything we'd like the audience to check out, and appreciate the audience who tuned in tonight for Game 4 of the NBA Finals. And let's start with let's go with Jay first. Jay, anything you want to promote, anything you want to plug as we like. I know it sounds like I'm being hyperbolic, Jay Lacey, but this is actual factual, brother. This is like Encyclopedia Brown, another person from the 90s that we could have gotten into if the game had gotten even more out of hand. But we watched a historic comeback tonight, Jay Lacey. But anything you would like the audience to come back to that you bring into them?
Yeah, just come back to the Nefarious Media Network. All of our socials. You can catch me at Jarek _wins on Instagram. Check us out over here at the Nefarious Media Network hub on our YouTube channel. I am also a host of our Ring Theory channel as well. You can find us at what is it called? Oh shoot,
Ring Theory and Head Cannon Graps.
Head Cannon Graps. That's what it was. It's on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, Head Cannon Graps. We're switching everything over, all of our media, all of our episodes onto that channel right there. Shout out to my co-host Downtown Gerard Brown, and rotating guests as well too. Professor Chris has been on the show. Nate's been on the show. Also, Ray's been on the show too. So if you like pro wrestling from all major organizations, like Talking Rumors and Ring Theories, that's the show for you. So check me out there. And everything else on Nefarious as well. You know, we've got Parlay, Super Salad, Kings of Sport, etc. So thanks for joining us. And yeah, that's it. That's all. Set the clock on the wall.
No doubt, brother. Appreciate you as always, Jay Lacey. Main event, Jay Lacey in the building. And don't sell Ray short, man. Like, Ray is more than a mere guest on Ring Theory. Y'all like the Freebirds, man. Like, granted, Gerard is like Michael P.S. Hayes. You like Terry Bam Bam Gordy, and Ray is like Buddy Roberts, the Freebird that nobody really liked, but he was always there. But
I can't let you do that to Ray. I can't let you do that, brother.
Ray Buddy Roberts Williams. That's what they call him on these streets. But somebody who is not the Buddy Roberts of his tag team. I'm not going to get into what his role is in the tag team, because I don't need Spills sending me angry tweets at 3 o'clock in the morning. But Brandon Troy, we always enjoy chopping it up with you, brother. And like I said, if you do have time, we'd love to have you on as the series progresses. But anything you would like to promote, my friend?
Let me see. You can find me at Brandon Troy ENT on X, and then Brandon Troy _ENT on IG. Catch us over at Movers and Shakers Unlimited. That handle is Movers and Shakers Unlimited. If you're IG person, if you're X person, Move and Shake, UNLTD. And then content-wise, we have a couple of shows coming up. I know we're doing a breakdown of upcoming X-Men 97. Okay. I believe we're doing a watch of House of the Dragon. And And we have a couple of other shows that are in the near future. And of course, as always, you may find me at a con near you. So just make sure you keep it locked on the posts that we have, because I'll, try to regularly post to give you guys a heads up where you can find me next. So
nice. Appreciate you, brother, man. I'm glad you was able to make time even with the shoot job, man. We definitely appreciate it, man. And hopefully we can catch up with you, if not during the rest of these finals, sometime in the near future. And Ray, when Brandon was going over his social media tags, I thought he was gonna hit me with the Queen Latifah, that UNITY. Like, who you calling a bitch? Tonight? I don't want to say it, Ray. I'm not. Matter of fact, I'm not saying this, Ray. I'm not saying who I am or am not calling a bitch, but Pabst Blue Ribbon thinks it may be somebody of the French persuasion, but I'm not going to say that. Nate Milton, Nate Milton of Nefarious Media Network would never say that to one of our brothers out here who was doing his thing and trying to inspire people on the basketball court. But PBR is like, Sacre Blue. But yeah, if you want to hear more from me when I'm sober, you can check me out here at the Nefarious Media Network, man. We got a lot of shows, a lot of things going on, man, including the Kings of Sport, which I'm sure once the finals conclude, we'll be back with another episode of the Kings of Sport, our flagship program here at Nefarious Media. We've also got Ring Theory, as Jay mentioned. We've got Super Salad with OG Rachel Eiley. That is going to be popping up here probably in the next few weeks as we get closer to Supergirl, because I know Rachel is really excited to talk about that film, and I am too, if I can stay awake, unlike I did that one time when I watched Spider-Man No Way Home with my nieces. Sorry, girls. But yeah, we got that. We got, I think we've got NWA Podcast, the post coming up here pretty soon, Ray, in the next week or so. So looking forward to that, because there's a lot to talk about in the world of pro wrestling. And then the parlay dropped this past Monday, in fact. It's up right now on the free podcast feed. And then this episode that you listen to tonight or you watch tonight, I think I won't drop this on the main feed just because it was so random. Like never have we had an episode that has gone from Gerbert to, oh my goodness, the Knicks pulled off an improbable comeback. Like Gerbert on these streets. Bob Costas ain't giving you Gerbert. Gus Johnson ain't giving you Gerbert.
Marv Albert.
Marv Albert ain't giving you Gerbert. Marv Albert probably wasn't watching Christian broadcasting, if you know how Marv Albert get down. Yes. Bing bong. But no, this is a fun night, man. Bang. Bang. Kevin Harlan, get out of here. Get out of here, Kevin. But no, this is a fun night, man. We always enjoy doing these live watches, whether it's for the MNBA or the WNBA. And we're going to keep it going through this final series. And I think the next basketball thing we'll probably do, Ray, is the WNBA All-Star game. Either that or I'm not sure. The draft. I don't know which comes first. Time is a circle. But whatever it is we do, we're going to have fun with it here at Nefarious Media. Subscribe to the Patreon right there, y'all. Patreon.com/Nefarious Media Network, where $3 gets you in the door for over 500 hours of audio and video content. If this is your first time checking us out, we appreciate it, man. Especially, everybody that's a fan of this lovable New York Knicks team. We appreciate y'all, and we gonna have fun and be back. What, Saturday, Ray?
Saturday, 8:15.
Okay, Saturday we're gonna be back to dip, dive, socialize. So get ready for the Saturday night. And now we're gonna turn it over to this man that's held it down all night long, man. And here's the thing, Ray. I'm gonna pull back the curtain. I always get nervous for you on these live watches because everybody on this network runs on CPT time. So when you start the show by yourself, I don't know if it's gonna be 3 hours of Ray by yourself or 3 minutes of Ray by yourself, like depending on when people show up in the chat. But I'm glad we had Brandon show up, Jay show up tonight, and I eventually made my way here. So Ray, we're going to let you have the last word. Y'all give it up for your host this evening for the Nefarious Media Network NBA Live Watch, Ray Buddy Roberts Williams. Go ahead, buddy.
Appreciate you. Once again, thank all of these gentlemen for joining me tonight. You can find me right here on the Nefarious Media Network. I will be putting out a special clip of our last Styles Break Fights podcast, because I don't know if you heard, but they fighting at the White House show. So myself and Jay Lacey.
And that's just Trump and Melania.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, myself and Jay Lacey
allegedly
previewed UFC Freedom 250. So I will be putting a special clip out of the preview coming within the next couple of days, and I will be in attendance at the Fan Fest at UFC Freedom 250 for the press conference on Friday night, the weigh-ins for Saturday night, and for the fights on Sunday at the Ellipse. So if you're in the DC area, go ahead, holla at your boy. Come on by. We'll have some fun. I'll be there trying to get in some interviews, get in some content as well. So please don't be afraid to introduce yourself. We love seeing fans and we love seeing followers and supporters of the program. But I think Brother Nate said it all eloquently. Please follow us. Patreon.com/Nefarious Media Network. Substack with Nefarious Notions is now up and running. Brother Jay mentioned it. Headcanon, Graps, Cross, Ring Theory, all that.
How are we supposed to say that, Ray? Is it X? Is it cross? Is it plus?
I say cross. I guess it could go either way.
You are carrying cross mark.
Cross.
So totally crossed out.
Please, yes, don't cross it out. Underlined it, bolded, if you will. But please, if you happen to enjoy what you listened to and watched today, please consider subscribing to any of our social media platforms. And if you have the time, if you have the money, and if you have the willingness to join us on the Patreon as well, we're trying to build great things here, and we'd really appreciate it.
New York, I know y'all happy tonight. Send us some money, New York. Bing bong.
Indeed, I know.
Hey, if you really love the New York Knicks, pledge $3 to the Nefarious Media Network. That's what Patrick Ewing will want y'all to do.
Yes. Yes.
Do it for the city.
Yeah, we may not be a New York. Yeah. We may not be a New York Giants podcast, but we're a New York Knicks podcast for now.
Take that, Batman _1331.
So once again, thank these good brothers, Brother Jay Lacey, Brother Brandon Troy, and the leader here, our fearless leader, Brother Nate Milton. I have been two-way Ray Williams, and we'll see y'all on Saturday night. John Tesh, take us out, brother.